Welcome in, welcome in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, 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 hey. It is Save with Grace Friday, y'all. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, y'all. So super excited for everyone to be here. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all, hey, y'all, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome in, welcome in. It is Save with Grace Wednesday. We're talking about all things saving tonight, you guys. Welcome in people that is on the YT. Welcome in people that are on the tickety talk. Okay. Um, we are gonna get into it tonight, you guys. We're gonna be talking about the top three um eight, what is it? The top three HYSA. So I want to see if you guys know what an HYSA is. Um, but so super excited for people to be here. I'm just letting people come in, sharing out my live and doing all of the things. Doing all of the things, you guys. Yeah, I don't know why this thing don't say this. Share to. Let me see. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right, so let me share out this live. Some words, pen and notice. Let me see something. Direct message. Let me see what I can. I want to look at this. Pin this. You budget and send me a message now to get started. Can you unpin that? Let me see. Unpin. Nice. Nice. And I want to see something. If I can add products. You're still live. Your camera and microphone will continue to record while viewing shopping carts. Got it. Let me just see something. I just want to see something, you guys. Okay, earns $5. Let's just see. Let me see. No products added to live stream. Okay, let's just see something. Add this. No products. View the details. Okay. We can add that. Welcome in, God's favor. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. And let me see. I'll probably Kimberly, welcome in. Sorry, you guys. I'm just sharing out my life. You know, doing all of the things. It is Save with Grace Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the top three HYSA accounts for 2025. We're going to be talking about savings accounts tonight, y'all. So I hope you guys got your pen and paper because I'm going to be dropping some gems. So super excited for everyone to be here. Sorry, I'm sharing the live out. So if you can come, if you are in the room, if you can tap the screen and share out the live, it would be greatly appreciated. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. We're going to talk about all things. Everybody should have a savings account. And we're going to get into the top three banks that I recommend to park your emergency funds. So again, if you can tap out the live, if you get your daily heart me, that would be greatly appreciated. If you can tap and share out the live. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. I'm sorry I can't see who came into the room. I'm just sharing out the live, you guys. Copy. How was everyone Wednesday evening going? It's Wednesday, y'all. We halfway there. We are halfway there. It's Wednesday. Tell me in the chat how your Wednesday is going. Let me know. Let me know in the chat how your Wednesday is going. Thank you so much for being here, friend. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Sorry, just sharing out my live. I really can't see who's in the room. But appreciate everyone for being here. Again, tonight we are going to talk about the top 3 savings account for 2025 where you guys should be parking your money. Everybody needs to have. Thank you. Saving for a house. Shared the live. Thank you so much. I love that name. You're saving for a house. Love, love, love that name. Thank you for coming in, though. Welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Tell me in the chat how your Wednesday evening is going. Let me know, let me know. Sorry if I missed any comments. China, welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see. So it is on. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like playing with some of these features. So again, my name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Let me know how your night is going. Let me know in the chat how your night's going. You know, sharing out the live, doing all of the things. OG, thank you so much for joining, friend. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. Oh, that's how we gonna start the evening. Free Diddy. That is funny. That is funny. All right. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. The stickers. All right. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Sweetie Pie, thank you so much for joining. We are going to be talking about all things savings. We're going to talk about some savings account, y'all. Savings account. We're going to get these accounts together. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. We are going to be talking about all things savings. Amber, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for everyone that is joining. Welcome in. If you are new to my room, put new or let me know where you are watching from. Tonight, we are going to be talking about all things savings. Is your savings account really paying you? Is your savings account really paying you? Let me know. Let me know. Is your savings account paying you? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I'm pinning. Let me know. Let me know. Welcome in. Welcome in. Salima, thank you so much for joining. Welcome in. Everybody on the YT. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. If you can like out the live and you can share it, thank you so much for everyone for being here. So tonight we're going to be talking about HYSA. HYSA, high yield savings account. We're going to be talking about high yield savings accounts tonight, y'all. So make sure you have your pen and paper to get these nuggets because that's what we're going to be talking about. High yield savings account. Okay. Thank you so much, Big Junior, for coming into the room. For all the new people, my name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. And tonight we're talking about savings because with everything going on in 2025 and everything going on in the government, we need a savings, y'all. We need a savings. My heart goes out to every federal employee, a 3-foot fam. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Welcome in, welcome in. You flew into the room. Welcome in. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. So we are going to be talking about savings tonight. Make sure that you bring your paper and your pen, because I'm going to be dropping some gems about the top 3 p.m. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, Clyde. Thank you for the heart, me friend. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for the populars, friend. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you so much for coming into the room. Thank you for coming into the live. They gave me a flash goal already, y'all. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Here we go. TikTok is giving me a flash goal already, you guys. If you could get your daily heart, that would be truly appreciated. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. Let me see something. Welcome in, though. We're going to be talking about all things. We're going to be talking about all things. Thank you so much for, who just joined? I'm sorry, I didn't, Clyde. Thank you so much, Clyde, for sending the populars. I didn't looked away, y'all, and I didn't see who was in the room. But not now. Let me see something, y'all. Oh man, you know what? I ain't even. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about all things savings. We're gonna talk about savings account. Savings account tonight, y'all. That's what we're gonna be talking about. The savings account. Make sure, welcome in. Let me see. Thank you, twins mom. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in. I don't know why TikTok gave me the 3 heart me's, but I'm about to drop something, y'all. Ooh. Thank you for everyone for being here. Let me put this over here, y'all. I'm dropping stuff. All right, welcome in. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes for people to come into the room. Chastity, thank you so much for joining, friend. Everyone that is coming into the room, thank you so much for being here. If you can like the live, share it out. And again, we are going to be talking Level Up Fitness. Thank you so much for being here. Level Up Fitness. Love that. We're going to be leveling up on our fitness. Love it, love it, love it. Listen to Descato Tiger on Spotify. Nice. Well, welcome in. We talking about all things savings tonight. We're going to be talking about savings account, y'all. Because everybody should have a savings account. But the most important thing is where you're parking the savings at. Thank you so much for the follow, friend Naija. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. It is Wednesday. Melody. Oh, Melody, your hype best friend joined. Thank you so much for joining, friend Tracy Morgan. Thank you so much for joining. I love your name, Melody, the hype best friend. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for joining, friend. And again, my name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. We are going to be talking about high yield savings account, where you too tall joint, too tall. Thank you. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in, too tall. Love that name. So my question is your savings account really paying you? Let me know in the chat. Is your savings account paying you? Let me know. We're going to be talking about all things savings account, where you should be parking your emergency fund to make sure that you are receiving the high. No, your savings account is not paying you, friend. Oh, we gotta get it all. We gotta get you together, friend. But that's okay, because you are in the right place. Because I'm telling you, by the end of my life, you are going to have 3 top banks for you to park your savings account, and it's going to pay you. Okay, because we need those high yield savings account. Ivan, thank you so much for joining, friend. TikTok gave me a goal, you guys. If you are new into my room, if you can grab this daily orange heart that's getting the heart me. Hey, girl. Norma, hey, girl. What's going on? if you guys can grab the daily heart, that is like, it's almost like when you come in the room and you're saying hi to the, the host, and it basically is, it's just like I feel like it's like a TikTok etiquette, you guys. And joining that is 1 cent. And you will become part of the fan club. Michelle, thank you so much for joining. You will become part of the fan club. It says the comments was filtered. You'll become part of the fan club, okay? And I would love for you guys to become a part of it. TikTok also gave me a live goal. Shonda, thank you so much for joining that. Hopefully I can get 3 heart me's, y'all. It gave me a live goal. And if you guys can help me out with that goal, that would be greatly appreciated. 3 people, from 3 different people, is 1 cent. But anyway, it helps me as a TikTok live host, and then it also helps you as the viewer to be an engaged viewer. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about savings account, y'all. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Put in the chat where you are watching me from. What city are you watching? Debbie, thank you so much for joining. What city are you watching me from? Where are you, on the East Coast? Are you on the West Coast? Let me know. Let me know. And if you guys can come in and tap the screen and share out the live, it would greatly be. Barbara, thank you so much for joining. Daisy, thank you so much for joining. If you guys could like the live, tap it out, share it to your friends, and family. Thank you so much. People that need this information, these gems, you guys. Who needs the gems? Okay, because if your savings account, Jay, thank you so much for joining. If your savings account is not paying you, we got to get it together. We're going to get you all the way together, because it should be paying you. It should be, you should have higher, high interest rate for your savings account. So let me know. Welcome in. Welcome in, mother of 4 Prince. Welcome in. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. And again, let me know where you're watching from. What part of the city or state are you watching me from? If you guys could also tap out, if you could like the live, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could hit that share button, that would be greatly appreciated, you guys. Let me know. Sad Mama, thank you so much for joining. Happy Wednesday. Why was I saying Princess? And I am watching from Georgia. Princess and I are watching from Georgia in the building. What's going on? So you still are on the East Coast. Welcome in. So glad that you guys are here. I am in Philly on the East Coast. Okay, I am on the East Coast. So thank you again for being here. We are talking all things savings account. So is your savings account really paying you? Your savings account should be paying you guys. Again, to all the new people that are in the room, my name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. I am a financial coach. I help busy moms get out of debt, save, and get on a budget. So thank you so Peaches for joining. Thank you for all of the new people that are here. And again, if you could tap the screen, tapping is free, you guys. If you can tap the screen, if you can like the live, if you can share it out. Truly appreciate everybody on the YT. Also put where you guys are watching from on the YT. Again, truly appreciate everyone for being here. It is Wednesday. How is your evening going? How is your evening going? Let me know. It's hump day, y'all. Let me know. Are you like, oh, I can't wait to the end of the week? Or you like, you know what? It's hard. My week is going okay. Let me know. Organic Empress, thank you so much for joining, friend. Let me know how your week is going. Are you glad it's almost Friday? Because I know your girl is glad it's almost Friday, y'all. I'm glad it's almost Friday. So let me know. And again, if we could tap out the live, but we could share. Listen, I hope you guys have your pen and paper, because your girl is going to be dropping nuggets, y'all. Okay, I'm definitely going to be dropping nuggets. So I'm just going to wait a few more minutes to see if people are going to come. More people are coming into the room, but if not, so drop in the chat I guess a money sign or dropping a money emoji if you already have a savings account. Sharon, thank you so much for being here. Mom's getting him. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining the live. Put in the chat if you already have a savings account. Put a money emoji if you have a savings account, friend. Let me know. To everybody that's in the room, if you got a savings account, put it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And if you don't have a savings account, that's okay. But I feel like most people have it. Usually when you have like the checking account and savings account from typical banks, I feel like when you open a checking account, usually the savings account just come with it. So let me know in the chat if you guys have a savings account. Thank you so much for joining. Aisha, okay, you got a savings account, friend. All right, good. All right, good. Thank you so much again for being here. So you got a savings account, but we're gonna work on to make sure that your savings account is really going to be paying you, right? Because that's the thing. We want these savings account. We want our money to be working for us. So let me know in the chat who knows what their savings account interest rate actually is. Put in the chat if you know your savings account interest rate. I want to know. Thank you so much, OG Pork Chop. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Thank you so much for for liking the live. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. 3.1% Matcha Mama. Whoa. Okay, wait a minute, friend. Woo, I mean, you just get a kudos from me. Wait a minute, we gonna clap that because most people don't even know what their savings account interest rate is. So, friend, we just gonna celebrate that over here. We're gonna celebrate you in a way because most people don't even know that. Boss Lady 1973. Welcome in. I love when people fly into the room, y'all. I mean, it's such a statement as the live host. You'd be like, oh, people are flying into the room. Like the names definitely fly across that screen. OG Pork Chop. That's like such a statement name. But let me know for the new people that are in the room. Do you know what your interest rate is for your savings account? Let me know. Do you know your interest rate? Mocha Mama does though. Let me know anybody else in the room if you know what your interest rate is for your savings account. Let me know. You can put in the chat. No, I don't know. I have no clue. It is Nadia. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know, you guys. Angel, thank you so much for joining. Let me know if you know the interest rate on your savings account. Let me know. Let me know. Andora, thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much for looking at the content. Oh, somebody's looking at the thing, the bio. So listen, I figure most people don't know their interest rate. So Mocha Mama, like that's definitely really impressive. Most people don't know their interest rate. So that is okay. Because I feel like the average Dave, thank you so much for joining. The average person definitely doesn't know their interest rate. I didn't know my interest rate for a long time from my bank either. So that's but again, we're going to talk about interest rate. We're going to talk about the top 3 high yield savings accounts. And to see if we can compare. So you said your interest rate is 3.1%. Friend, I know a bank that is going to beat that 3.1%. So make sure that you listen up. Because I definitely have some suggestions and have a bank that's definitely going to be 0.2%. Ooh. Nigel, we got to get it together, friend. That's what I was about to say. Most average savings account is not even 1%. It's not even 1%. But it's okay, friend, because we're going to get it together. We're going to get it together. So I promise you, before the end of the live, you will have a couple notes for banks that you can look into to move your money. Okay. Because we have to have that money. But 0.2%, man, we got to get it up to the threes, friend. We definitely have to get it up to the threes. So be honest. Let me know who's still banking with the bigger banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America. Let me know if you are still banking with the big banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America. Put a yes in the chat if you still bank with like regular banks. Put a yes in the chat. Let me know. Let me know if we can continue to tap out the live and share it out. Are you still with these big banks, y'all? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, you are, friend. Ooh, you are. Again, we gonna get it all the way together, and it's okay if you are. But no, Mocha Mama's like no, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. Listen, yes, yes, yes. And here's why. I'm gonna say that the regular banks, they are not really geared towards, I would say, like the customer, or like the customer. I always tell, the first thing I tell my clients, I always tell them, you need to have your money, and definitely a high yield savings account. Does trust count? So trust is something different. Thank you so much for the follow, friend Trinity Bags. Thank you so much for the follow. So trust doesn't count because that's something different. The trust work totally different. That is like, yeah, trust is something different. I would say, you welcome. Thank you so much. Because I'm talking about like in reference to like your emergency fund, and liquid money that you have. So trust, I would put in a whole different category. But one of the things that I would say, Trinity Bags, we are talking about savings account tonight, and I'm going to give you the top 3 high yield savings account for you to have your money. And I think that they meant SunTrust Bank, which is now Trust. Oh, Trust is a big bank. Oh, I thought you was mean like a trust fund. Oh, does that count? Well, I mean, that's kind of like a smaller bank, but I mean, I guess it would count as a bank, y'all, but it's kind of like the smaller end because I'm not really familiar with that. But I think the SunTrust, I kind of think I heard of that. But here's the thing that I would say, right? Even for just banks, period, right? I always tell my clients that they're just not really like, I feel like, for the customer, and it's more like what can they get out of it. I always tell people, park your money, checking account, savings account, in God, now my brain just went blank, y'all, into federal credit unions. There we go. Credit unions, federal credit unions, y'all. Federal credit unions are way better than banks. Number one, the federal credit unions are going to have better interest rates. Their rates across the board are going to be better, and they're going to be more like geared. Thank you for sharing this important information, sis. Absolutely, Pauletta. Yes, I have Navy Federal and PenFed. Listen, Navy Federal, if you know, you know. Okay, your girl got Navy Federal over here. Navy Federal, I love that bank. Love it, love it, love it. And you welcome, sis. Thank you so much for the new people coming in, Pauletta. Listen, my name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. So if you guys are new to my room, thank you so much for being here. But listen, when you come into my room, you're going to get some gems. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can tap out the live. But again, all my banks are credit union. Yes, credit union, credit union, credit union. Yes, 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 yes. So I'm so glad. Like I said, I always tell my clients, credit unions, hands down, is the best. Now, I used to have the Bank of America's, Wells Fargo, Chase, and all that stuff. But when you know better, you do better, right? No judgment over here. No shame, no judgment over here. We all here. I'm always on here to educate. And I also, I talked about personal finances with God in the center. So also giving yourself grace. Like, you know what I mean? Some people don't know about the credit unions, but we are here to educate so we all can be winning. Okay, y'all? We all gonna get it together. We all gonna get it together. Thank you so much for follow, y'all. Truly, truly appreciate it. If you guys, again, can tap out the live and share it out. Because, you know, we want all the moms to get it to, you know, to have our money working for us. That's the whole point of it. We want to have our money working for us. So if you guys could tap out the live and share it out, tap, 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 tap. So yeah, you guys. So yeah, and again, like I said, it's okay if you know, because some people, it's just like you figure, oh, I'm just going to, you know, park it in a Bank of America or whatever. But just me personally, y'all, like when I was like building my credit, we have similar visions. Check out my bio, Pauletta. Okay, yes, friend, I'm definitely gonna check out your bio. Let me just see really quick. I help women gain financial freedom on their terms through MSOI. Have NFF, do you have more time for, so have NFF, do you have more time for family, travel, and hobbies? Oh, okay. Oh, PenFed is only like 0.76. I know. Okay, friend. And 0.76 is not going to be working. You know what I mean? It's not going to, that's barely any. And that's what I'm saying. Most of the banks are usually, most of the savings account, Mesa Bank is not even 1%. Not even 1%. And friend, we want our money to be working for us. We want it to work for us. So that's why, you know, y'all got to stay, you know, wait, I'm going to be dropping some gems, you guys, the top 3 banks that I didn't research, and I'm going to tell y'all the interest rates and all of the things. Okay. So I always try to come on here and educate in my lives. And I said, oh, multiple streams of income. Oh, friend. I'm so sorry. It'd be like some of these little acronyms your girl don't even know. I'd be like, what? I think somebody else had said that before. Like, I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, what does that mean, y'all? Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Your girl don't be know all the acronyms. Oh my gosh. But thank you so much for letting me know what that means. Multiple streams of income. Love it, love it, love it, yo. I love people that are like in the financial space. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, so I always tell people, y'all, that definitely, or thank you so much for beauty. Oria Beauty, thank you so much. You're good. I always tell people again that, you know, like the banks, the credit unions, y'all, and I just personally have had relationships with both, with the Navy, you know, with credit unions and also banks. And just hands down, I feel like people sleep on the programs that credit unions offer you. Number one, their interest rates are better. I just feel like all around their customer service, all of it is just better at a credit union. So if you do not have your money parked in a credit union, it's okay. Do your research and make sure, take it, you know, give yourself grace. If you don't have your money parked into a credit union, move your money. I'm telling you right now, move it. You will have a better experience. Navy Federal is an absolutely great bank, but Navy Federal, you have to know somebody. They don't let any and everybody into Navy Federal. You have to know somebody in the military. So it has to be like some type of military affiliate. My son is in the Army, so that's why I have a Navy Federal account. You know, another one, a good one is Police and Fire. Police and Fire is a good one. You know, is another one. Yes, Navy Fed approved me for $30K for my car, 5.6%. Thank you so much for the heart, me friend. Oh, I'm just reading the comments, you guys. Let me see. 30 or 5.6% interest rate, no hassle. Listen, Navy Federal, y'all. And I heard, so they say like the average for Navy Federal for them to approve, like, you know, credit cards is like 25,000. They gave your girl 25. Like that was, I feel like that's their minimum for most people. Like everybody that I know that got like a Navy Federal card, their minimum be 25. I think my other like friend, their credit card for Navy Federal was 50,000 because her credit was a little bit better than mine. But I feel like Navy, yes, they really get free. They really do. And when I tell you, like, I have called Navy Federal a couple times in reference to my interest rate because they was like doing the interest rate, top tier customer service. Period. Let's clock it. Period. Okay, y'all. Period. Hands down. I have called them several times. And they was doing something like funky with the interest rate or whatever. And I remember them telling me, I said, well, listen, I had called them and I was like, the interest rate, it was still not too high, but they had this program, you guys, where I was really trying, I'm in a debt free, like I'm on a debt free journey trying to pay off this debt. Tap it. Yes. Tap, 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 tap. Yes, yes, yes. Tap, tap, tap. Tap it for these gems, y'all. These moms, we got to have more people come into the room so they can get these gems, y'all. Yes, Navy Federal, I had called them and they had this program because I was really trying to pay off the debt and I wasn't using my credit card. And they said, well, we can like freeze your card, which I wasn't using it anyway. And then they dropped the interest rate to like 1%. So almost to give me like an incentive to like pay the card off faster. I said, oh, I think they dropped it to like 1 or 2%. I was like, oh yes. When I tell you, I was just sending them money. So just having different programs to work with you. I love banks like that. Okay. I love them where they're trying to work with you. They're trying to, every time I call them, it's never no issues. They really, really try to work with you and your finances. So and that's just from Navy Federal. I was trying to Freedom Credit Union. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I have Freedom Credit Union. Y'all, this is when I was trying to buy my second house. I was fixing up my credit and I got a secure card. See, I'm giving y'all gems. Okay. I'm giving y'all gems. I need y'all to tap out the screen. I need you guys to tap out the screen. I had to do a secure card to boost my credit, and Freedom Credit Union had this program where they gave me like a secure card and it boosts my credit. Like I think it jumped my credit score. I want to say it was like a whole program that I had to go through, but it boosts my credit score around like 20 points at the time, 20. So there's so many offers that credit unions give you that the regular banks are not giving you guys. Okay. So that's just my little spill on the credit unions. Make sure that you guys are parking your money in credit unions and not the big banks. Addie, thank you so much for Addie, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. So yes, we want to make sure that our savings account is paying us. We're gonna make sure that our savings account. So let me ask another question, you guys. If your money could talk right now, would it say I'm growing or I'm collecting dust? That's so funny. What would your money say right now, y'all? Would your money say I'm growing? I'm growing. Or would it say I'm collecting dust in this account? I'm just collecting dust in this account. Because we need all of our money saying it's growing. Let me know in the chat if it's saying I'm growing or I'm collecting dust. Dust or growing. What is your money doing? Let me know. What's your money doing, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. My money is saying growing. That's what my money is saying. We want everybody money to be growing. So let me know, you guys. Let me know. Let me know. Is your money growing or is it collecting dust? Let me know. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap the screen. Let me know, you guys. Is it growing or is it collecting dust? Luna, thank you so much for being here, friend. Truly appreciate you. Hey, 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 friend. Hey, hey, hey. Truly appreciate you for being here. We are talking about high yield savings account, getting our money together, making sure that our money is parked in the right banks. Okay. Texas, Carolina, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate you. We are talking about all things savings, you guys, and we want to make sure that our money is being parked in the right type of accounts. So thank you so much for being here. So we are going to talk about the top 3 high yield savings account, HYSA. So put in the chat, you guys, if you know the difference. Do you know what a high yield HYSA? Do you know what a high yield? I didn't said it already. Do you know what a high yield savings account is? Let me know in the chat if you know what it is. Like maybe you hear the term, but you don't really know what it is. So let me know. Let me know if you know what a high yield savings account. Some people know, some people may not know. They be like, you know what? I hear this term all the time, but I really don't know what it is. So let me know in the chat if yes, you know what a high yield savings account, or no, you don't know what it is. And it's okay if you don't know, because I'm going to educate you. I'm going to let you know what it is. It is okay if you don't know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I will just let you guys know a high yield savings account is not just a regular savings account, but it has a higher interest rate. So it's a savings account that has a higher interest rate. And as we've seen in the previous comments, the average interest rate on like the regular banks that's not a high yield savings account is usually like not even 1%, 0.2%, 0.3%, zero is usually 0 point something. It's not even 1%. So we want to make sure that our savings account is really paying us and actually going to be working for us. So high yield savings account, again, thank you so much, Lala Licious. Oh, thank you. So, hey friend, thank you so much for joining. We want to make sure that we are parking our money into a high yield savings account, and we are getting the best benefits, the best ROI. What is ROI? The return on our investment. We are making sure that our money is truly, Bubbles, thank you so much for joining, friend, that our money is truly going to be working for us. Okay. So that's what is, we want to make sure that our money is going to be working for us. Okay. So make sure you guys got your pen out. We are going to be talking about the top 3 high yield savings accounts. Top 3 high yield savings accounts, y'all. The top 3. I did a little bit of research for you guys, and I am going to let you know the top 3 high yield savings accounts. Okay. Yes. And again, most banks, right, y'all? Thank you so much, Mocha Mama, for the roses, friend. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts, friend. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you so much. So again, we getting into the high yield savings account, y'all. Thank you. Welcome in for the people on the YT. We are getting into the high yield savings account. So make sure you guys got your pen out and your paper. And you know what, y'all? I do got my little board, but I'm going to hold off on my little whiteboard today because I got to figure out some things. So first things first, y'all. This first account, I like this bank, y'all. And again, these 3 banks that I'm giving you, you still could do your research. I always tell people, do your research. Yes, you could take the tips and everything, but it's also, you could educate yourself and you could just make sure that the information is correct. So thank you so much for everybody being here. Truly appreciate it. So the first bank, which a lot of people may have heard of, SoFi. Put in the chat if you have heard of SoFi Bank. Put in the chat, yes, you heard of it, or no, you didn't hear of it. SoFi checking account, or SoFi. Yes, you've heard of it. Yes. A lot of people have heard of. Yes. Oh, user. Okay, so yeah, most people have heard of this bank. Okay, great. So I'm glad you guys heard of this bank. I would say personally, I had a high yield savings account with them. So I was going to tell you some gems. I'm going to tell you the good and the bad. I'm never going to get on here and just be like, oh, I have personally dealt with them and had an account with them. I did move my money. Just going to let y'all know. I did move my money. Number 1, here's the first thing that I'm going to say for SoFi. I didn't really like their customer service. I was plenty of times that I called them and they wasn't really as friendly as other, banks, so that's what I'm going to say. I did move my money because, customer service for me is everything. But again, that was just my personal experience. I still would want Melanie. Thank you so much for joining. I always sit up here and tell you guys, do your research. But here's what I'm going to say why I do like this bank. Their high yield savings, their APR, their interest rate is really good. So now, again, I did my research, and as of today, because the interest rates on the savings account, it goes up and down. So right now for the market, Their savings account is at 3.80, y'all. 3.80. Did my little research. 3.80 for SoFi. So put in the chat 3.80. So I know you guys are still here because, you know, TikTok be drawing, you know, when the comments don't be flowing and stuff like that. Put 3.80 in the chat. So I know you guys are here and that you are with me. 3.80. Yes, Mokama, thank you so much for putting in the chat. Everybody else, put in the chat 3.80 SoFi. Okay. Put it in the chat, you guys. Put it in the chat. Thank you so much again for being here. Now, here's a couple other things about SoFi. They do not have no minimum fees, no minimums. And I do like, oh, Miss Relatable, what's going on, girlfriend? What's going on? You came in at the right time. You came in at the right time because I'm just dropping the gems about savings account. So make sure 3.80. Oh, okay. So you heard me, friend. Oh, okay. Yeah, you heard me. Okay, good. Oh, thank you so much for getting your heart me. Truly appreciate it. Okay, so you heard me, friend. You came in right on the top, though. So again, yeah. So I'm talking about SoFi. Awkward mom. Welcome in. We are talking about high yield savings accounts tonight, and I am talking about one of the top banks that has a high interest rate for your savings account. Miss Relatable, thank you so much for sharing out the live, friend. Truly appreciate it. Yes. So SoFi, again, y'all, it's 3.8%, no fees, no minimums. And here's what I do like about SoFi, y'all. They have vaults, right? So you can have different savings goals, right? Let's say you want to save for emergency, you want to save for different things. They allow you to have like different buckets and all of that stuff. So I really thank you so much for the gift, friend, the autumn love. Thank you so much. So I really like how they have the different vault. Ex Mama Wanda, what's going on, friend? Ex Mama Wanda, thank you so much for being here, friend. We're talking about all things about high yield savings account, official signature blue. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. So yes, I do like it. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to say, y'all, and I'm always going to make sure I give you all of the tea. The only thing that I don't like about SoFi, Nadia, thank you so much for joining, friend. The only thing that I don't like about SoFi is you need a direct deposit in order for you to get that top interest rate of 3.8. So they want to make sure that you are constantly having money roll into that account. And I think you have like 60 days or 90 days. Teacher of the mem, thank you so much for joining. 60 or 90 days for you to have that direct deposit going into that account. And I think it's also a minimum, y'all, of like Haley, thank you so much for joining. I think the minimum is like they want the direct deposit to be like $1,500 for their whole month. So again, these are, you know, the little workarounds for these banks that, you know, they want to make sure that it's going to be constant money coming into the account. But the good thing about it is they do have a high interest rate, 3.8. That's really good. And there's no fees. Michelle, thank you so much for joining. Mikkel, did I say that right? Keisha the real. What's going on, friend? What's going on? We are talking about all things high yield savings account. And we are making sure that our savings account is working for us. So the first bank that thank you so much for the follow, friend. Truly, Keisha the real. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Thank you so much for joining the fan club. Truly appreciate you. 61 fan. Thank you so much. So again, we are talking about high yield savings account, y'all. And we're going to be making sure that our savings account is working for us. The first bank that I talked about is SoFi. Teacher of the mind. Teacher of the mind. I love your name. Teacher of the mind. Love it. Teacher of the mind. Love it. Thank you so much again for liking the live and tapping the screen and liking it out. Make sure that you tap it and share it out. So yeah, so SoFi again, y'all, their customer service was a little, you know what I mean? The customer service was, but again, their interest rate is high, 3.8, no fees. So that's another thing. Even though they're asking you to have a direct deposit into their account, there's still no fees on that account. So I feel like that's their workaround. to make sure that money is coming in there. So they definitely, because I don't think if you don't have a direct deposit going into SoFi, then you're not getting their highest interest rate. I think they have a much lower one. So Maxine, thank you so much for joining, friend. So that's the only caveat, y'all. But again, check it out for yourself. Again, it's still a high interest rate, y'all. 3.8. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. I ain't gonna lie, you can't beat that. And for your emergency fund, you know what I mean? You can't beat it. So if you guys have any more questions about SoFi, let me know. But again, they don't have any minimums, 3.8, and you just need a direct deposit going into that account. So tap out the live. If you guys are getting gems, put gems in the chat, you guys. If you guys are getting some gems, because we're going to get our money together, okay? We're going to get our money together, and it's going to be working for us. I have SoFi. Love SoFi. Taz, you love it. Okay, see, that's why I tell people, like, everybody has a different experience, and I'm not going to say that I don't like them. I just really didn't like their customer service. But again, I do like them as a bank all around. You can have different type of accounts with them. Their interest rate, again, is 3.8, which is really high for a high yield savings. Now, Taz, do you have a high yield savings account with them? Let me know in the chat, friend, if you have a high yield savings account with them. Because again, everybody's, yes, okay, good. So good. So again, like I said, SoFi is still a good bank, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. SoFi is still a good bank. So here's the second one that I personally have, and I have had, I've been on the phone with them, and I just really haven't had any issues with them, right? Now, don't come for me, but I just really haven't had any issues with this next bank. Capital One Performance Savings, the 360 Performance Savings Account. Capital One. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I haven't had an issue with Capital One. They're a good bank. I haven't had any issues. And I've had a credit card with them for a long time. And they do personal loan and mortgage loans. Oh, okay. They do personal and mortgage loans. SoFi. Okay. I didn't know that they do mortgage loans, but that's good to know. Okay. So let me know in the chat, which I know most of you guys know about Capital One. Now, again, Capital One been a little bit in, been in the, the news and stuff. And I will say it was at one point where it was one time where they kind of like, did they freeze the direct deposit, y'all? I don't know if they froze the direct deposits or it came in late. So people was complaining about it. But it was a little hiccup with them. But for the most part, I haven't had any issues with them, and their customer service is really good. Now, their Capital One Performance Savings account is at 3.5%. 3.5%, y'all. Now, again, it's not as high as SoFi. SoFi is 3.8, and Capital One is 3.5. It's a familiar bank. People know about Capital One. I feel like they're all around, So, again, Capital One is an option. But these are my top three. Okay. Cody Conky. I probably said it. Cody, thank you so much for coming in, friend. Thank you so much for being here. Now, I will say for Capital One, y'all, it has no fees, no minimums, and they don't have that direct deposit, like requiring you to have a direct deposit. I do have a direct deposit to them. Matter of fact, do my savings account? No, my savings account don't have direct deposit. No, it doesn't. So that is a good thing that SoFi requires you to have a direct deposit to get that higher interest rate. Capital One's Performance does not. And okay. I just wanted to make sure I was reading the comments. So let me know in the chat if you guys know and heard about Capital One. Put Capital One in the chat. If you like them, if you heard about them, what's your experiences on? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all feel about Capital One? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Do y'all like Capital One? Do you not like Capital One? I like them. I do. And I've dealt with them in reference to, my accounts, and I got a credit card with them as well. So I really haven't had any issues with Capital One. So let me know in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. So make sure you guys are taking your notes. Make sure you got your pen and your paper. Make sure you're writing it down. Okay. So, okay. So we said SoFi was at 3.8%. Capital One is 3.5. This next bank you guys probably have never heard of. When I was doing my research, I was like, oh, okay, I never heard. Now I will say, when you're thinking about a high yield savings account, the online banks tend to have higher interest rates. The Woodwork, think 33. Thank you so much for joining. The online banks tend to have higher interest rates. This next bank is called Ever Bank Performance Savings. It's called Ever Bank Performance Savings. Now, this bank is strictly online. It's an online bank, and it's the highest interest rate out of all of the banks that I just talked about. This interest rate is 4.05. Coach Rudy, thank you so much for joining, friend. This interest rate is the highest. Now, again, I'm going to tell you guys why this is the highest, because it's an online bank. Thank you so much for liking the live. Welcome in, Coach Rudy. Welcome in, friend. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances. And tonight we are talking about the top 3 high yield savings accounts and why I like them. So we are talking about the bank Ever Bank Performance Savings. Their interest rate right now is 4.05. And again, y'all, the reason why this interest rate is so high is because it's just strictly an online bank. It's not it's no branches or anything like that. But again, they have a lower overhead, so then that way that they can give you a higher interest rate. So I do like this. Now, again, sometimes people are a little tricky when it comes down to these type of banks, like the online banks, because they haven't really heard of them and they're not like over the bigger organizations. Now, it's nothing wrong with strictly online banks to like park your emergency fund or your high, your emergency fund, your savings in there. Because again, we want our money working for us. And I'm about to break down and give you some examples, because you figure you like, okay, 4% Janine, or 3.5%. Like, what is that really? Melissa, thank you so much for joining. Like, what does that really mean? Or what does that really look like? And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you a couple scenarios. User, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to give you a couple scenarios so you can really understand, like, okay, this 3%, but how does that look real time? Like, how does that look in reference to the money that I'm getting? So again, Everbank, I like this bank. It is a strictly online bank. You cannot go to any branch. And it does have a higher interest rate. So make sure you guys wrote all of those banks down. Make sure you and go do your research. But again, these are the top 3 banks that I would say I will be using to park my emergency fund, to park my sinking funds in there, because we want our savings account to be working for us. Okay. So put in the chat if you are still with me. Let me know. Put in the chat if you are with me and you like, got it. I got it. I'm with you. Let me know if you guys are still with me. If you guys could like out the live and share it out. Let me know, you guys. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you are with me. Let me know. Ooh, yeah. That's totally different. Yeah. Let me know if you guys are still with me. I know a lot of people are coming in and out the room. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. All right. So I want to give you guys some like realistic, like, okay, you're talking about these savings accounts, you're talking about this high yield, but like, how does that realistically look, right? So we're gonna break it down. Now I'm gonna show you why this is important. So let's say that you have a 25 Moon Sugar Sparkle. Thank you so much for being here, friend. Truly appreciate you. We are talking about high yield savings account and how we're going to have our money working for us tonight. So if you have 2,500 in savings, right? I'm going to break it down for y'all. I don't think I'm going to bring my whiteboard out. If you have 2,500 in savings and you put it in a regular bank, a bank that has 0.1%, which is, I don't even have my calculator, y'all, but 0.1%, which is basically nothing. And that's like 25 cents the entire year, y'all. That's like 20, that's no money. That's no 25 cents the entire year. 25 cents the entire year. Etching, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. So I'm going to show you why it's important to park your money in a high yield savings account. So that same $2,500 that we have for our emergency fund, if it's parked in a high yield savings account, Mississippi Star, thank you so much for joining. If it's parked in a high yield savings account, a high yield savings account earning 4%, that's $100 a year. Now, again, you might be like, dang, $100. I mean, that's not that much, but it's better than nothing. That $100, what could you do with that $100? That you just gain interest. Carlisa, thank you so much for joining. You just gain $100. Hello, host in chat. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate it. Etching, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate it. First time in, checking you out. Well, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome in, welcome in. So glad that you are here. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. And tonight we are talking about high yield savings accounts. And I went through the top three. Ms. Leslie, welcome in, welcome in. I talked about the top three banks that I like for you to park your emergency fund in. Carlisa, thank you so much for liking. So again, we want to make sure that our savings account is working for us. It's enticing. Oh, enticing. Oh, boss lady. Oh, I'm so sorry, friend. I be reading these things and mess up. Look, charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, not my heart, friend. Give me grace. I'm sorry. Enticing. Look, and it definitely says that, right? I done read it. It's this another person that flies in, and their name literally says Gray, and I call them Gary all the time. I'm like, I don't know why I do it. Enticing, please forgive me, friend. Please forgive me. I be reading these names and I'm like, oh my God, just anything comes out. Sorry, friend, but welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate you for being here. And again, for all the people that are in here, my name is Janine. I talk all good. Just want to make sure I respond when you talking to me. Listen, I get it. Because you know what I mean? I'll be like, people mess up my name. My name's Janine, and they'll be like Janine or Jai. I just be like, you know what? Just call me Jay. You know what I mean? Jay is easy. That's just like easy. Everybody can get the J. So I trust me. I get it. You know, some people are like, I want you to say my name right. So enticing. I'm making sure I say your name right, friend. Truly up. I get it. Listen. I don't feel a way at all. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying your name wrong. So truly appreciate everyone for being here. And again, I talk about all things personal finance with God and the Center. Carlisa, thank you so much for joining the fan club, friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. I am a financial coach and I help busy moms get out of debt, save money, and get on a budget. Okay. But again, tonight we are talking about, is your savings account really paying you? Like, is your saving account really working for you? So tonight we talked about my top three banks for you to park your money in, your high yield savings account. And the top three banks I'm gonna go over since people are just coming into the live. The first bank that I said was SoFi. SoFi is a very good bank. Their interest rate right now is at 3.8%. Capital One Performance Savings Account is at 3.5%. Thank you so much for sharing the live. And Everbank Performance Savings Account is at 4.05, which is the highest. Now, again, thank you so much for the shares, friend. Truly appreciate it. Now, the Everbank, I would say that one's the highest because it's online only and it doesn't have any branches. So usually the online bank accounts or the online banks have a higher interest rate. So these banks, you want to look into and really check them out and really see. So also I was just breaking it down like, practically, right? Because, Auntie Peach, thank you so much for being here, friend. Truly Peach, it says. Auntie Peach, thank you so much for being here, friend. Truly appreciate it. Bookworm, thank you so much for being here, friend. So I just wanted to be practical because sometimes when you hear those, I talk on my TT community about finances all the time. Enticing, yes. I love it. Your girl is the but. Listen, I love talking about finances. I actually did a panel with somebody with one of the people in my community. She talks about like all things of like encouragement and mindset and all of that. And I did a panel of finances too. So listen, we all got to get our finances together in 2025. We all got to get it together. So I just love finances is just a type of topic that we need to talk about that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And then especially when you think about personal finances, it's such a sacred topic. You know what I mean? A lot of people think there's a lot of shame and there's a lot of guilt when we talk about our finances. Same. I did one just Tuesday. Yes. So, but a lot of people have a lot of shame and guilt when it comes down to their personal finances. A lot of people are living check to check. They don't have any savings. And, I always want my room to be a safe space for us to talk about our personal finances, but also invite God into it. Listen, I tell people all the time that when you invite God into your finances, it's something different that happens. Yes, I talk about practical tips and things for you to, do things that feels good to hear. Yes. Listen, I tell people all the time, when I invited God into my finances, especially being a mom. I am a mom of 3. So being a mom, I remember when I was living paycheck to paycheck and I had more bills than money. Sometimes these practical steps, when you talk about when you talk about personal finances to people and you hear the financial gurus and they say, okay, this is what you do, this, that, and third. But it's like, what do you do in those instances when you have more bills than money? Right? When you have, done all you can in reference to your job, and when you have, done all the side hustles and you still drowning, that's when you invite God into it. See, because God makes the difference, and He is the author, He is the finisher. So He the one that can go, I had a manager tell me everyone's situation is different and not one size fits all. I totally agree. I tell people that all the time, especially my clients. I do one-on-one coaching as well. And the tips that I give is practical, right? Like that can fit to your situation, but it's truly, I totally agree that everyone's situation is different. Everyone's margin is different. Everyone's finances is different. Everyone's responsibility and their bills and their debt is totally different. But the biggest thing that I always tell people is give yourself grace. People think that, I should know this or I should be further than I am in reference to my finances. I have clients come to me all the time and they're ashamed to say that, I don't have a savings and I don't have any money saved. Yes, grace is important. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I say it all the time. Give yourself grace. That's why the name is Gracefully Simplified, because we are going to give ourselves grace, but we are going to talk about personal finances in the simplest way possible, right? The trackers, whatever, is going to be the simplest way possible. We're going to break it down. But yes, I have so many clients that, again, it's a lot of shame. I have people, I'm catching your vibes here. I like it. I like it. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you that you are catching what I am putting down. Thank you. Thank you again. And again, like I said, I have been there. I have lived paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, barely could do, but I know how important it was for me to be on my hands and knees in prayer and God opened up doors that was shut from, you know what I mean? That people said, oh no, you're not getting this raise, or oh no, this raise. I literally had a manager tell me like a few months ago, like, Jenny, you're not eligible for this raise. But again, the Father I serve, okay, I got the raise anyway. So again, I always tell people I'm gonna give you some practical tips and I'm going to, tell you about the personal finances, but I'm also going to tell you that we need to be praying and we need to be bringing it to God as well. So yes, say that. Say that. Yes, 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 yes. So again, truly appreciate everyone for being here, liking out the live, sharing it out. Truly, truly appreciate everyone for being here. So again, you guys, so the high yield savings account, the top 3. Now, here's what I want to like really go over. So let's say we had $2,500 for our emergency fund, right? And we parked it. So regular banks, usually your savings account is usually like not even 1%. I mean, not even like a whole percent. Usually it's like 0 point something, 0.2, 0.3. If you had $2,500 and we put it into a regular bank account, you're not even going the whole entire year. If it has 0.2%, you're not even going to see $10 for that 0.1. Sadly, I know. Listen, friend, I know. I said it. I know a lot of people were saying, I think another a person was on here saying the account was like 0 point something. I forgot, it was like 0.2 or 0.3. Now again, those are like, and again, it's like for a regular bank, you're not gaining no type of interest at all. So that's why I always are big on high yield savings account. Again, if it's SoFi, you're getting 3.8%. If it's Capital One, you're getting 3.5%. And if you tried the Everbank, you're getting 4.5. Nothing, zip, nada. Exactly. Exactly, for zip, nada. Exactly. I know. So that's why I tell people high yield savings account is so important. So let's say that the same 2,500 and we park it into, let's say, Everbank, because that's the one that has the highest one at 4%. You are gaining $100 a year for your money. Now, again, people are like, okay, $100 you ain't gonna be rich on. Now we know that, right, y'all? We know that $100 is not gonna be rich on, but $100 is just sitting in an account, not doing anything. I don't think that's bad. Let me know in the chat. I feel like, shoot, $100 now, it's $100 for the year, right? Now, if we do the math, 12 months in a year, like that's not like a whole bunch of money, but still, it's better than the 0.1%. You know what I mean? It's much better than that. So can you imagine? And here's the thing, little daddy, thank you so much for joining. The more money, better than $1. Is that exactly, friend? Better than $1. Exactly. So we got to start somewhere. But also the thing about it is too, y'all, is we wanted the more money that you put into the account, the more money you're going to gain. So if you had the 2,500 and you really stocking it away, and that 2,500 turns into 5,000, and that same 4% interest rate, in that same high yield savings account, now that $100 a year turns into $200 a year. Okay, who would not want an extra $200? Now it's a year, y'all. Now I know it's not $200 a month, but it's $200 a year for you to just sit there. And here's the goal, right? The goal is 50% increase. Absolutely. Yes. 50% increase. 50%. Now, the goal is to just get into the habit of putting more and more money into the account, because I'm telling you, here's where these big financial gurus, the millionaires, they park their money in high yield savings. Yes, I have SoFi, mama. You have SoFi. Nice. SoFi is at 3.8%. So you want to get about 100 a year. Understanding the value of compound interest is important, friend. Listen, and Tyson, me and you, we on the same page, friend, because I literally was about to say that these big billionaires and millionaires, you guys, this is what they doing. They parking their money. Not only they're investing it, so I'm not gonna say they are investing it, but when you are at a certain level, you have, your money in grew, you park your money into a high yield savings account, and then they live off of the compound interest and never touch their money. That's the goal, y'all. The goal is, and right now, the $100 a year, the $200 a year, of course, that's not a whole bunch of money, right? That's not nothing that we can get rich off of. I get all that. But the more money that you put into the account, yes, never touch the principal. Exactly. That's the whole purpose of it. But again, we wasn't taught that, you guys. We wasn't taught that. Yes, never touch the principal, but we wasn't taught it. I'm telling you, these are things that I learned as an adult. Because if I really knew what I knew now, It's like, your girl was the girly that used to get the Louis bags and all of that. And I said, listen, I always tell people, when they think about budgets, when they think about like savings, it's like, oh my God, like I just can't have the finer things in life. You can have the finer things in life, but be strategic in how you get it, right? Have the finer things in life, but get the finer things off of the compound interest that your money is making you. Hi, Stanley, delayed gratification. Oh, yes, friend. Love it, love it, love it. Welcome in, Stanley. Welcome in. We are talking about high yield savings account tonight, friend, and how important it is to park your money into a high yield savings account that's actually going to have. Nissa, thank you so much for joining, friend. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. Well, thank you so much for getting your heart, me friend. Welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate it. Even everyone, welcome in, welcome in. I was talking about the high yield savings account, friend. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much for coming in the room, doing all of the things, friend. Truly appreciate it. So, yes, delayed gratification. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sending a popular, friends. Truly appreciate it. And again, that is something that we all have to learn. Like I tell people, you still can get the nice and the finer things in life. You still can get it, but get it in a strategic way where you are not using your money. Use the compound interest. Don't touch the principal. Put it into a high yield savings account. Park your money in there. And then that way, we won't have buyer's remorse, y'all, right? Like when you get that Louis bag or you get them Gucci shoes or whatever the thing is for you, right? Whatever you are into, you're not going to have no guilt on it because again, you done got it off of the compound interest that your money is making, not the money that you put in there, right? Your money is actually working for you. So that's the goal. That's the goal, to make sure that our savings accounts are really paying us and that are really working for us. So all of the new people that are in the room, Deborah, thank you so much for joining, friend. We talked about the top 3 high yield savings account that I said that you guys should be parking your money in. The top 3. The first account I said is SoFi. SoFi, their interest rate right now, you guys, for a high yield savings account is 3.8%. If you guys just have your money in a regular bank, listen, I'm trying to tell you, make sure that your money is working for you guys. I do have a thing in my cart, y'all. It's dang, I forgot what's in that cart. It's actually, what is it? Oh, you know what? The thing that's in my cart, you guys, is Simple Money Habits, but I like it's a 31 devotional where it invites God into your finances. So it talks about finances and God, and I love it, love it, love it. So you get a chance. Have you looked into Greenwood? I will research it soon. No, friend, I haven't looked into Greenwood. Leslie, oh yeah, yes, you guys, I do have this. It's really a shop. I don't know if I want to say this is a shoppable live, but I turned my little Greenwood Bank. No, I never heard of it. I never heard of it, but I'll do my research on it. Do they have a higher interest rate for their high yield savings? Let me know. Thank you so much, Miss Leslie, for joining the fan club. Truly appreciate it. Let me know. These are just some of the banks that, again, that I was just thinking about, but there are more banks out there. And again, that's why I always tell people, do your research. These are just the top 3 that I really like. But again, these are not the end all be all. You guys could do your research, but the most important thing is to just make sure that you're moving your money from a regular bank or a regular savings account that may be 0%, which your money, yes, 4.15 APR. Nice, enticing. Listen, that's better than the Everbank. That's higher than that. So if they don't have any minimums, Lisa, thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much for the repost. Thank you so much for joining the fan club. Truly appreciate it. My other financial guru in the room loves your your discussion with retirement. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Loved it, loved it. Hello, lady. Hello. Right. I'm going to research them. Yes, enticing. Because the only thing I would say about some of them banks, yo, when they have them higher interest rates, it's like, okay, what little caveat? Well, what's the little, wait a minute, like that's what you got to make sure that you look out for. Make sure it doesn't have any minimums. Make sure that, okay, is because some of them be trying to get you and they be like, oh, okay, you can get this 4.15% for 6 months, or you got to put in 25. You have to keep a minimum of 2,500 into the account, or you have to keep a minimum of 5,000 in the account. So it's just like, just be a little careful, friend. But again, I always tell people, make sure you do your research. Again, welcome in everybody in the room. We are talking about high yield savings account and making sure that your savings account is paying you. I talked about top three high yield savings account that I like, or banks that I think are good. Number one was SoFi, which is at 3.8%. Two is Capital One Performance, which I personally have my money in. I love Capital One. Their interest rate is at 3.5%. And the third one is called Ever Bank Performance Savings, and it's at 4.05%. So these are really good high yield savings account, you guys, to park your money in. Your emergency fund should be in a high yield savings. It should not be in these regular banks. I also talked about, how you have the regular banks like the Wells Fargo, the Bank of America, all of that. Listen, if you have your money in any of these type of banks, friend, let me just tell you, are these online only banks? So, Miss Lisa, yes, I love this. My sentiments exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Ms. Lisa, the only online bank that I said was Everbank. Everbank Performance is the online only bank. Now, yes, it does have the higher interest rate of 4.05, but Capital One is not strictly online. I have them. Love Capital One. And SoFi, I'm pretty sure that one is strictly online as well. I'm pretty sure it is, because I've never really seen a SoFi bank. I'm pretty sure that. So two of them are strictly online. And again, you know that the strictly online banks are going to offer you a higher interest rate because their overhead is they don't have to pay for a building and all of that. So again, do your research. But I tell people, listen, either way, make sure you're not just parking it into like a regular Bank of America or bank, oh, okay, that's good to know. Yes, it, long as it's not in a savings account that's getting 0%, or then it's better than that. So the welcome in. So again, and I also was talking about, make sure, do you move your money around? Enticing, I don't. And I would suggest not getting a card for the account right away. Definitely agree, Ms. Lisa. Definitely agree, not getting an account. And Tyson, I don't have the brain width or the time or energy right now, friend, to be moving the money around. Now, some people do that. And listen, if you got the time and the energy to keep on moving your money around to get the higher interest rate, more power to you. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing that, friend, because I feel like then you constantly chasing that higher interest rate. You constantly moving them. You constantly got to get new cards and new accounts and all that, and the passwords and all that. Y'all, your girl ain't doing that. I'm sorry, I ain't doing it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Listen, we want to keep it simple. New Flame, thank you so much for joining. For not frequently, I compare it every year or so. Okay. Now, your girl may be open to maybe every year or so, but I feel like it has to be like also, I don't have cards to them. I don't have cards to them as well. So I totally agree. I tell people that, because if it's honestly your emergency fund or if it's your savings, it should be like a dire emergency, y'all. It should be like, I'm telling you, like your car blew up or like something died, like you just got into a car accident or something. It just got to be something that you really like. Oh, because you don't even want to think about that money. You just want to park that money over there, and you just want to constantly be putting deposits in there, constantly putting it and letting the money grow. It got to be like a dire need, y'all, like a dire need for you to think about touching that money. So yes. What was I saying, y'all? Yeah. So, and then also I was saying, make sure you guys that thank you so much for the follow, friend. Make sure that you guys are also having your money in a federal credit union. For all the new people that came into the room, make sure you moving your money to a credit union. You guys, if you don't have your money in a credit union, you are missing out. You're missing out. I'm just going to tell you, these big banks, Bank of America, they do not care about you. I'm just going to let you know, they don't care. And they're in it for themselves. They do not. Say more, please. Say more. Say more, please. Listen, y'all, yes, credit unions are best for so many benefits. Exactly. I tell people, don't sleep on the credit unions. I have really, really, really had such a good report. I have really had such a great experience from credit unions, y'all. I have all my money in credit unions. So again, if anybody on this live, anybody watching on the replay or on the YT, listen, if you have your accounts in a regular, excuse me, y'all, in a regular bank, move it. Okay. Move it today. Move it tomorrow. My money is in a credit union. Also, Ms. Lisa, yes, 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 yes. Because credit unions are really there for the members. They are really there to help you. The programs that you had, the programs that they offer you guys, I have both. And so I said, you have both. You have the bank and you have credit unions. Friend, you may want to move those banks over to, you may want to move that over to the credit unions. Come over to the strictly credit union. It's almost like you say, it's almost like, let me just see in the chat, you guys. It's almost like you saying, are you team iPhone or are you team Droid? Put in the chat. Yes, I need to understand more about only credit unions. Okay, we can talk about it. Definitely. But it's almost like you saying, you guys, are you team iPhone or are you team Droid? Because this is just gonna let me know everything. I'm getting y'all. Let me know in the chat if you team iPhone or are you team Droid. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? What do y'all have? Y'all got an iPhone or y'all got an Android? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Lexus, thank you so much for joining. iPhone for life and Tyson. There we go. iPhone. There we go, y'all. There we go. There we go. iPhone. Listen, with any droids in the room, we are not here to argue. Okay. I'm here falling asleep. Oh, friend. Oh man, I know it's a iPhone. Okay. Oh, listen, and listen, I get it. You get up early, girlfriend. I'll be trying to get on your lives. Your girl be probably falling asleep when I'm on your lives. I'll be like sitting up there like, Lord, it's so early and I ain't my coffee yet. So get it, I get it, and I understand. But it's almost like that. It's almost like saying, like, oh, team iPhone or team Droid. You know what I mean? Listen, we not arguing with any droids on here. I'm sorry, y'all. So if you were droid, I'm sorry. You need to go over to the team iPhone. So I feel like it's the same thing in reference to that, just an analogy that I'm saying, like credit unions is all around better for the actual member, that they are really there. Like, listen, y'all, I remember one time that when your girl listen, Tyson, I'm trying to tell you. I remember when this is art. Now listen, y'all, no, listen, it's a judgment free. When your girl was getting a little car note, because I'm team no car note. Put in the chat if you team no car note, and if you are, that's why I have them for the benefits. Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you guys a story for when I was getting a car note, but your girl's team no car note right now. Anybody that have a car note, I understand if you do, but I'm team no car note, and I'm not going back to a car note. But when I did have a car note, when I was shopping around for a car, I had a credit union, and I got approved for a certain amount, and their interest rate, of course. Now I always tell people, this is another gem. If you are shopping for a car, I'm just dropping gems, y'all. I'm team one car note. And Tyson, girlfriend, we want to get you the team no car note. No car note. We want to get you the no car note, friend. We want to free up that car note money. We want to free it up. We want to free it up, friend. Free it up. Because I'm telling you, it'll be life-changing. Yo, I used to pay a car note for a long time, but I'm going to tell you, I'm so bougie. Listen, Listen, Tyson, your girl was too. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, when I tell you I understand, I understand. Your girl, listen, my car that I have now is an Infinity. Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I am bougie on the low. I'm not gonna lie. Your girl like the finer things in life, and it's nothing wrong with that. But like again, I still have a nice car, but it's not a car note. Now it's an older, you know what I mean? But it's still nice. Still got all of the bells and whistles in there. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. But we want to every 3 years I switch it up. Look, you sound like my mom. Look, you sound like my mom. My mom has a what? BMW. She has a BMW. I forgot what class she has, but she switched it up, I think, every 2 years. And then I'll be telling them, like, Mom, listen, I'm like, listen, we ain't gonna argue, we gonna beg to differ in reference to that. She'd be like, listen, because I'm like, okay, whatever, we gonna beg to differ. Listen, I'm not here to judge, friend. I get it. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'll be telling my mom the same thing. We could just free up that money. We could just free it up. I'm comfortable here. Friend, listen, no judgment over here. No judgment over here. You may say, friend, I'm not switching the car. Okay, we not switching the car. I get it. I get it. So then maybe let's say with the credit cards. I don't know if you have credit cards or not, friend, but maybe we'll say, okay, I'm not switching up the car, but then I don't have any credit cards and I don't have any other debt. So then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It's a win-win. But in reference to the credit union, you got zero credit card. Oh, nice, friend. Love it, love it, love it. So I was saying in reference to the credit union, I went to go get approved for a loan. But this is what I was going to tell you guys. When you are shopping for a car, right? I have a Kia. Once my car was paid for, my money actually freed up. Miss Leslie, I know. Listen, your girl was paying, I think on my Infinity, I was paying like $500 a month on my Infinity. And I was just like, man, when I had stopped paying that car note, your girl, I was like, ooh, this how it feel not to have no car note. Ooh. I was just like, ooh, I could pocket Australia. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Yes, I've been there when I had a mission for my home. And yes, and it's just like, and the biggest thing too, you guys, like, and again, like I said, it's no judgment here. We all have to figure out like what works for us and all. It is a blessing. Yes, it is. Because one of the things that I said for me personally was my mortgage was my highest bill. So I traded the car notes because my mortgage is high. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just going. But again, I was, I wanted to do that trade off. Hey, boo, I miss your face. Hey, Basin Diagnostics. You miss my face. Hey, boo. I don't even know who you are, boo. Where you miss my face? Where you miss my face from, boo? Let me see. Basin. You miss my face. I don't tell me where I know you from, friend, because I know a lot of people was coming in here for my job and everything like that. So let me know where I know you from, friend. But now you done made me, and Nicole, thank you so much for joining. Now he done made me whoever done made me lose my train of thought, y'all. I just text you. So if you text me, when I'm on live, I got my phone on do not disturb. So I didn't see it. So I don't know who just texted me. Because Terry from the gym. Terry from the gym. Friend. Listen, Terry from the gym. Ooh, message me when I get off this live. Because like my friend, my name, I mean, it's my mind is drawing a blank. Probably troll. Oh, yo, it probably is. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, Terry from the gym. Who? Probably listen, Tyson. I don't know. Like, listen, you. But then again, I will say that some people came into my live that used to work for me at my job. So I'm just like, I don't know. But Terry, I don't know who you are, friend. But I don't know if you text me or not. But message me after this. So we'll see. Now you done made me lose my train of thought, Terry from the gym. Oh, I was talking about for the car note, y'all. One of the things, put it in reverse, Terry, yo. Yo, that LOL, I'm not a troll. Oh, oh, Terry. Yo, he definitely is not a troll where you putting the last 4 digits of my number out there. Friend, we don't do that. We don't we don't do that. Tell us I'm not a troll. I'm cracking up. Oh, he definitely is not a troll now, y'all. Just putting my government out there. What are you doing? Don't put my government out there. You gotta message me privately, like me. This isn't like I don't remember you, friend, but we'll discuss this offline. We'll discuss this offline. See, I don't say what it was. You said it. I didn't say what it was. You said it. You listen. Listen, okay, we gonna get this all weekend. We just go because why is that video coming to mom? Terry, put it in reverse, put it in reverse. We smart in here. Exactly. It takes exactly. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, y'all. But no, let me get back to what I was trying to say. Okay. When y'all get in a car note, that you need to make sure that, like, for my credit union, I went to them and I got a loan from them. And yes, Miss Lisa, I got a loan from them and I went to go look for the car that I was looking for at the time. So one of the things that I always tell people, if you are shopping around for a car note, do not go to those banks. Like when you go to the dealership, do not get the banks from the dealership. Come there with your own money. That's why these are one of the benefits of having a credit union. My credit union cut me a check, and what I got approved for, and their interest rate was really good. And then you go out and you look for a car that way, because I'm telling you, hands down, the credit union is going to beat any type of interest rate that those car loan people or dealerships are going to get. That's straight. That is straight on point. Oh, I know, Miss Leslie. Listen, I'm dropping gems, you guys. So I hope that you are getting what I am putting down. So if you are like, listen, I'm gonna get a car note, make sure you are going in there smart, okay? But I would say that when I was getting the car note, let's just say they approved me. I forgot how much it was at the time, but let's just say that it was like 20,000. I went in there and taking notes. Yes, make sure you take notes, you guys. Make sure you take notes, because I always, every live I want to make sure that I'm educating you guys. But instead, when I went to go to get my car and I found the car that I wanted, I actually went over what they gave me. So let's say that they gave me 20,000, and with all the bells and whistles and all that stuff like that, it ended up being more. I made one phone call, y'all, and was like, hey, I forgot my credit union. Hey, such and such, you know what? I'm actually going to need a little bit more, like 5,000 more. You guys, they wired the check right to you. Wired it right to me. No, so these are the benefits of having a credit union. They are really there for the member. They are really there for the member. So a regular bank ain't going to sit up there and just up your amount just because you went up. Like, they're not going to do that. Mm-mm. And that's not even the first. That's one of the things that the benefits that I got from having a credit union. Another benefit, y'all, is especially when I bought my second house, I had to fix up my credit. Having a credit union is so important. Exactly. Because not only do they have products that are going to be better for the member, they have programs that they offer you that they don't have at a regular bank. Like another program that they offer me, you guys, is I took like a financial literacy class or something like that with them. And I also was in the program where they did like a secure credit card for me. So a secure credit card, if you guys don't know, and make sure you write these gems down, because this is another way that I boost my credit, right, y'all? When I bought my second house, my credit score at the time was 595 at the time. And when I went to that closing and I signed on my second house, my credit score was 750. Okay. So your girl is just dropping gems. Okay. And this is one of the ways that I did to increase my credit score, is getting a secure card. So a secure card is when you give the bank the money, right? Like, say, if you are really trying to fix your credit, you give the bank $500 or you give the bank $1,000, and then they give you a secure line of credit. So it's almost basically like you are paying yourself back, right? But what they do is it's another way for you to build your credit. Danielle, thank you so much for coming in, friend. It's another way for you to build your credit. And usually they'll give you the secure line for like a year, and then they'll like refund your money back. And then once you increase your credit score enough, then you get the money back that you put in, and they'll just give you the line of credit. But again, this was one of the ways that I boost my credit, y'all, to get it secure. So again, these secure credit, so most banks have secure credit cards, but the credit union had a special program that offered you that. They also gave you financial advice and all of the things. So they have more bells and whistles than a usual bank because they are in it for the member. They are trying to make sure that you elevate your finances, and they're in it for a member. So that's my spiel, you guys, on credit unions. Make sure you do your research about the credit unions that you have in your area. They are really good. Can you suggest a secure card? Ms. Leslie, it really, so a secure card is just, it just depends on the bank. I don't know what bank, but usually with credit unions, usually a secure card is the only, you're giving the bank the money. So the banks that I suggest are credit unions. Most banks have secure cards. But the banks that I would say, one of the ones that I honestly say that we talked about before, Navy Federal. If you can get into that bank, Navy Federal, hands down, are one of the best banks that I ever had. Yeah. So yeah, secured is just meaning that you gave the bank the money, right? So you gave the bank the $500 or you gave them $1,000, and they're basically going to give you a line of credit of that amount. So you basically are paying yourself back, and it basically secures you because they do this because your credit, let's say your credit is in the 500s or 550, then for real, they feel like you are a risk for them to loan you a credit card. So that's why the secure line comes in, because number one, it boosts your credit, but number two, it takes the risk off of the bank because you're giving them the money. So and again, it's a great way for people to build their credit, because I'm telling you guys, that's just one of the ways that I built my credit. Another gem that I don't know if I'm dropping yet, y'all, that really transformed my credit score and jumped it up. That's one of the ways. You can ask the bank already. Yeah, you can definitely ask the bank that you have already. Yup, for a secure card. So let me see what else. You guys, and I was about to talk about. I'm trying to think of what else. Even if I have other credit cards, which I'm trying to pay off, even if you have other credit cards, you still can get a secure card. And again, for real, the secure cards are people that their credit is not good. That's why they have to have it secure. So if you have credit cards already, what I would probably recommend is another hack or consider snowball method to pay those cards off. Exactly. Snowball method, definitely, to pay the cards off. Rental payments can be reported to credit bureaus too. There we go. Rental payments can be reported to credit bureaus. If you guys don't know too as well, I think Experian has I'm doing that now. Yes, paying it off using the snowball method. Experian has it where you can put your your cell phone bill and your internet bill, and you can report it to Experian, and that can boost your credit as well. I'm just dropping gems for y'all. I'm just dropping gems. Experian is another way for you can manually go on there and report your cell phone, your internet, and that will help boost your credit. I did it, you guys, and it went on my credit report and it reported it. So listen, we are going to get our personal finance together all in 2025, y'all. Okay. So again, that's why I said I really like credit unions. It depends on your debt to income ratio if they will open up another card. Totally agree. Yup, it does depend on your debt to income ratio, and it depends on your credit score. Definitely. So you guys, listen, I hope you guys got some gems tonight. Yes. I hope you guys do your research in reference to the SoFi credit union accounts. I said the SoFi, the high yield savings accounts. Definitely. I'm trying to think of what else would I would say to y'all. And the biggest thing too, here's the biggest thing that I just want you guys to remember and to know that, right? Like, what's the purpose of having the high yield savings account? And again, we want our savings account. We want our money working for us. Now, again, having a high yield savings account is one of the ways for your money to work for you. Another way is investments. Now, investments is a whole nother different ball game, y'all, that it would be too long for me on this live to talk about. But make sure, and it really just depends. That's why I say personal finances. Can you share your live schedule? I like to catch you again. Absolutely, friend. I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So Mondays we talk about budget. We broke down a budget on Monday. Wednesdays is all about savings. So again, tonight was talking about high yield savings account, but we also talk about sinking funds, emergency funds, all of the things. Fridays, we talk about debt free, all of the ways for us to be debt free. I talked about different side hustles that we can do to get out of debt, the different methods, the snowball methods, the avalanche method, whatever method, debt free Fridays and Sundays. Sundays is one of the lives that I feel like I'm just all that I love so much, and it's so personal to me. Sundays is when we pray over our finances. You pray over your finances, your kids, all. I might just love it here. Oh, and Tyson, you are going to love it here, friend. You are going to love it here. Listen, I promise you, every live, you're going to get some type of a gem out of it and some type of a prayer. That's just what it is. So yeah, Sundays, we pray over our finances. We pray over the week. Because again, I always talk about, there are one thing to talk about your personal finances and talk about the tips and all of the things. What time? Monday, Friday, Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry, for an 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, for an 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 10. I do it for 2 hours. I usually on live for 2 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm sorry, you guys, I got to update my bio because people be asking me all the time, like, when are your lives? When are your lives? But again, another thing too is if you go to my BYO, because you can't say certain words on here, you can see the events that I created and you can register for it. They're free events, but they're my lives, and you always can register for it. Okay, see you soon. See you soon, friend. You always can register for it. That way you'll get the notification when I go live. But I'm gonna put it in my bio when I'm working on it. But again, you guys, I'm so excited for everyone to be here. I always truly appreciate everyone for being here. Ash Mac, thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much for tapping out the live and sharing it out. We talk about high yield savings account. And if you guys, I hope that you guys got some gems tonight. I hope that you guys do a little bit of research. And that if you have your money in regular banks, move your money, you guys. Make sure you move your money. Do your research though. But credit unions are the way to go. Credit unions are also too for us to really start building up our savings account. Really start to really build up your savings. Especially, I want to talk about like for the people that, yes, ma'am, good gems. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Lisa. I love your live, friend. Like, I love your background on the beach. I be like, oh, every time I be in your room, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm on a beach somewhere. Love it, love it, love it. But one of the biggest things is, I know you guys, I don't know if whoever is personally affected, thank you so much, Phil, for joining, friend. But like, the government, in reference to all of the government employees that are not getting paid. Girl, yes, thank you. Yes, you're welcome, Miss Lisa. Yes, the people that are affected through the government, the government shut down and they're not getting paid. I'm telling you right now, how important would that be for people, and it can happen to any one of us, right? Like, in reference to something going wrong, in reference to our pay or whatever. That's why it's so important, y'all, for us to be saving our money. Save your money. Make sure that you have a cushion between you and life, because all those people that are affected, they're going to get their money, when the government do whatever they want to do, right? But guess what? In the mean in between time, their bills still got to be paid for, right? It's still got to be paid for. And these are when, situations like this, where you have a good emergency fund, this is where it kicks in. This is where you glad that you put some money aside. Nicolette, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate it. These moments like this, y'all, are when it's important for us to make sure that we had some type of savings. That's why it's so important. Make sure, if you say, what, I can't save a lick, Janine, like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck and I just barely can save. then start small, friend. If it's $20 every time you get paid, put that $20 into a savings account. Make sure, try to automate your savings. When you get paid, go to your HR and your job and automatically transfer $20 or whatever the amount that you could transfer into another account so you don't even see it. Try to build good habits when it comes to your money. And again, why are we doing this? Because when life is lifing, right? And when something happens that's out of our control, we still can survive. We still can pay our bills, and we have a cushion between us and life. So it's so important, you guys, to make sure that you have a high yield savings account and that we are gaining some higher interest rates on our accounts, and that our savings account is actually going to be working for us. Okay. And again, the three accounts that I talked about tonight is SoFi is one, Capital One is the second bank, and EverBank is the third bank. So do your research. If you don't have a high yield savings account, do your research and make sure you open one up. Okay. And again, you know what? Also, some practical things too is I was talking about. So if you, let's say that you're Joyce, thank you so much for being here, friend. Let's just say that you had 2,500 and you had it in a Ellie, thank you so much for joining, friend. We are talking about high yield savings account. I want to be practical for you guys to also see like the benefits on why you really should have it. So let's say you had 2,500 and you parked it into a high yield savings account, and the savings account interest rate was 4%. That's $100 a year, y'all. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Toy Takes Trades. Oh, I love that name. That's $100 a year for your money just to be sitting up there. Now, let's say you're able to save a little more, and it's 5,000. 5,000 a year in a high yield savings account of 4% is 200 a year. Now, again, y'all might like, okay, Janine, that's only 200. Thank you so much, Pyron, for coming in. Truly appreciate you for being here. You may say, you know what, that's only 200 a year, which again, I know that's not like 200 a year. You're not going to get rich off. We know that, right? But let's say you really save up your first 10,000 and you got $10,000 in a savings account at 4% high yield high yield savings account. That is 400 a year, y'all. 400 a year for 10,000, and so on and so forth. So the biggest thing is for us to be trying to save as much as we can so we can take the compound interest and we can not touch the principal. So we can spend and you live off a compound interest and leave the principal where it is. So that's the benefits of it, right? That's the benefits of you. Miss Treetop, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, friend. That is the benefits. We are talking, Brielle, thank you so much for being here, friend. Truly appreciate it. Hey, girlfriend. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? And welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you for sharing it out. We are talking about, thank you so much for getting your daily heart. We were talking about high yield savings account. Danielle, hello, I'm new. Danielle, Whitney, welcome in, friend. So glad that you are here. You are new here. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. I am a financial coach, and I help busy moms get out of debt, save, get on a budget with God in the center. So welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for the follow. And we were talking about tonight, friend, high yield savings accounts and how it is so important. If you do not have a high yield savings account, make sure that you have a high yield savings account. Chef, thank you so much for coming in. The three top high yield savings account that I recommend that I were talking about tonight was number one, SoFi. SoFi Bank has a 3.8% of in their high yield savings right now. The second one was Capital One. Capital One interest rate right now is 3.5%. And then the last one, which is a strictly an online bank, which is EverBank Performance Saving SoFi. Yes. Do you have SoFi? Capital One 3.5? Yes. Yep. And the other one is EverBank Performance Saving, which is at 4.05%. Which the EverBank one is strictly an online bank. It doesn't have any branches, but I don't have one. Okay, friend, you don't have one. You're in the right place. You're in the right place because I was talking about the importance of getting one, especially for you to park your emergency fund in, friend, for you to park your savings, because again, these have higher interest rates in it regular than a regular bank. So if you have your money or your savings in a regular bank, you probably are gaining, Stewart baby, welcome in, welcome in. You're probably gaining not even, most average savings accounts are like 0.2%, which is not even 1%. And you're not gaining no interest on your money at all. But we want to definitely park our money into a high yield savings account, because when you park it in a high yield savings account, friend, your money will grow more and the interest rate will be higher. So let me just give you a couple examples that I was talking about. Let's just say you have $2,500 that you save and you put it in a regular bank account, and your bank account interest rate is 0.1%. That's not even a dollar for the whole entire year. Judy, thank you so much for joining, friend. That's not even a dollar a year. Now, if you put that same EverBank, yes, EverBank is strictly it's an online bank. So some of the online banks you may not have heard of. I always tell people to go do their research. But EverBank right now, their interest rate is 4.05. Now, again, the reason why their interest rate is a little bit higher is because they don't have the overhead. It's strictly online, and they can offer you a higher interest rate. So, Chris, thank you so much for joining, friend. So I always tell people to do their research, but here's another thing about all of the banks that I talked about. Do I have to do a monthly deposit with a high interest rate account? Friend, you just literally took the words. So for the SoFi account, I will say, SoFi, they want you to have a direct deposit going into that account. So that's the only caveat. They want you to have a direct deposit going into that account. Yes, but there are no minimums. Pre to brand, welcome in, friend, welcome in. We are talking about high yield savings account and making sure that our savings account are working for us. Oh, okay. Yes. Yep. So that's the only caveat. I'll tell you guys. So SoFi direct deposit, no minimums. There we go, friend. Yep, you are getting it. Yep. So no minimums, because I'm telling you, you do have to be careful about some of these banks, y'all, where they'll be like, oh, you have a higher interest rate, but then you have to keep like 5,000 or 10,000 in there. We don't want to do that. How about Capital One? Capital One's interest rate is a little bit lower, which is at a 3.5%. But here's why I like Capital One, and this is where I keep my money. Number one, there are no minimum fees and there are no direct deposit requirements. So you do not have to have a direct deposit going in there. And I personally like Capital One because every time I call them and their customer service, you guys, I haven't had any issues. So this is personally where I keep my my high yield savings account. And here's another reason why I like Capital One. Breathing. I love Capital One. Pre to brand. Yes, Capital One. Yes, I love it too. And this is what I like about Capital One too as well, you guys. You guys can create like different accounts, like whatever, like you can create one for like savings, and it's like almost like different buckets. Miss Rosa, thank you so much for coming in, friend, and grabbing your heart me. Like, I like that Capital One and give you the options. How do I go about applying for one? For Capital One, you probably can just go on their website, and if it's usually a checking account. Good night, Miss Rosa, thank you. Welcome in, good night. You could just go in here and apply, just apply for the checking account. Yeah, it's no making sure that you thank you so much for the follow, friend. Pre to brand. I have several accounts with Capital One. Yes. I thank you so much for the follow, friend. I love Capital One, you guys. I haven't had any issues. I had a credit card with them for probably 10 years, probably. Never had any issues with them. I will say, the savings account. Yeah, Miss Leslie. Yeah, you could just go online and apply for them, and it shouldn't be no issues. Yep, the savings account. You could just go on there. And I think that's what I did. I think I just applied for it. That, make sure you're not like in a check system and you don't owe another bank. And it usually go right through, and then they send you your card, and they send you the information for your account, like right after they approve you. It's really, really quick. And I love it. I don't have no issues with them. And again, I like it. Their savings account right now is no minimum, y'all. And it does not require direct deposit. So you may say, you know what? I want to just try the bank and I don't really want to switch my direct deposit. I would say Capital One will be in a winning for that, y'all. I do like them. Now, again, SoFi has a higher interest rate. Their interest rate is 3.8. Capital One is 3.5. Now, Everbank performance is 4.05, one of the highest interest rates, no minimum, no direct deposit, but it's online only. So it's an online only bank. Now, again, these online only banks, they are going to offer you a higher interest rate because it's online and they don't have a higher overhead. So, the biggest thing, you guys, is reasons why we want to park our money into a high yield savings account, because again, our money is going to gain more interest. So let's say for the same $2,500, if you park it into a high yield savings account of 4%, you are going to get $100 a year in interest on your money. And that's just sitting your money in there, not doing anything else. That girl D, thank you so much for joining, friend. Listen, we want our savings account to really be paying us and really be working for us. Now, again, you turn that same. Thank you so much, Q, for liking the live, friend. Truly appreciate it. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. And tonight we are talking about high yield savings account. And I just talked about the 3 top high yield savings account for you to park your money in. And so we had that same $2,500 and we turned that into $5,000 and we parked it into a high yield savings account. Miss Marie, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining, friend. If we took that same $2,500 and we turned it into $5,000, then that would be $200 a year. Now, again, y'all, I know y'all like, all right, $200 a year, but that's better than nothing, right? That's better than you getting not even $1 for the regular banks. And then again, if we turn that same 5,000 into 10,000, that's $400 a year in interest that your money has gained for just sitting in an account. Y'all can't beat that. $400. What can you do with $400? Put in the chat what y'all could do with an extra $400. Let me know. Coach Chantel, thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much for grabbing a heart me. Put in the chat what y'all doing with y'all extra $400. Bills, Danielle said bills, girlfriend, bills. I know that's right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are talking about high yield savings account and how our money can really be working for us. And if you are putting your money into a high yield savings account, it could be, thank you so much for sharing out the live. Thank you so much. What else are y'all guys doing with that extra $400 that your money then gained? Savings. Miss Leslie says savings. What else? Put in the chat, you guys. What Nurse Kina, put in the chat what else y'all doing with that $400. Listen, your girl, I'm spending it on me, y'all. Thank you so much for the populars. I'm spending that money on me. I'm gonna get me something nice. Okay. Listen, what else are y'all doing with that $400? Let me know. For your money just sitting in a high yield savings account, y'all. That's all it's doing. Sitting pillow talk with A. Welcome in, welcome in. Pillow talk. Oh, I like that name. Pillow talk with A. Love it, love it, love it. What else you guys doing? You can get your nails done. You can get your feet done. You can get that good massage that you probably need. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, Dr. Michelle, thank you so much for being here. We are talking about high yield savings. Rachel, Christmas gifts. Danielle, I know that's right. Hello, hello. Christmas gifts. Yes, friend. Yes. But listen, it's so much that you could do with it. You could probably get a little bit of Christmas gifts. But what about, us as women? We always are doing something for somebody else, y'all. What can you do for you? If you are a mom, if you are a caregiver, if you are a woman taking, that always is doing something for somebody else, you can spend that $400 on you, friend, on you. Get that massage that you probably need. Okay? Get your feet done. Get your nails done. Get your lashes done. Get your hair done. Buy you a new wardrobe. Okay, y'all? Listen, we could be doing so much. Wife and mom of 3. Yes, for me. Yes. Wife and mom of 3. Listen, I am a mom of 3, so I already know. Danielle, you definitely, girlfriend. We using that money for you, friend. We using it for you. Because guess what? I know that them kids is taken care of. And I know that your husband is probably taken care of, because trust me, I was a wife. I am divorced now. But trust me, I know that role. And you, as being a wife and a mom, you are a giver, a giver, a giver, a giver, and constantly giving. Who takes care of you? That's my question. Who takes care of you? Because if something go left or right, the household ain't gonna be together if something wrong with mom, right? If something wrong with mom, it's just like, oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, trust me. I know. I was married for 10 years, so I know it. I know it. You pour into everyone. You make sure that you are taking care of everyone. But remember, guys, we can't pour from an empty cup, y'all. We can't pour from an empty cup. And sometimes, and I know, trust me, I used to have the mom guilt, and I used to be spending stuff, on myself and feel like, dag, man, but I could have spent this on the kids, or I could have spent this on him, or I could have did this. But don't have the mom guilt. It's okay to spend it on you, right? And if our money is sitting up there working for us in that high yield savings account, we spending it on you, y'all. Spend it on you. Get them nails done that you done put off. Get that good massage. Get them what's it called? The hot rocks. I've had several different massages, y'all. But what's it called? The hot stone. Did I say the hot rocks, y'all? The stone massage. Listen, the good massage, y'all. Get that good massage. Release the tension that are probably in your shoulders. Exactly, Dr. Michelle. I'll talk about some of the hot rocks. Yes, make sure the facials, there we go. Get a good facial. Yes. A chemical peel to have your skin all glowing. Maybe some Botox or something for you. Something to make you feel beautiful. Something that makes you just feel like, you know what? I'm going colonics. Ooh, Dr. Michelle. Now, I don't know, friend. Colonics. I don't know if I'm spending that on colonics. They're good. I don't know if I'm doing that though, because that's kind of uncomfortable. So I don't know if I'm spending on that. I want to do something that's gonna release some tension. Natty Nat, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Oh, thank you so much for joining the fan club. We were talking about high yield savings account, y'all, and how, hey, friend, hey, we are talking about high yield savings accounts and how you need to be making sure that you are parking. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. Shia, thank you so much for joining, friend. But again, we were talking about high yield savings account, y'all, and we were talking about how if you parking your money into a high yield savings account, how we were going to be spending that compound interest, right? Because we were talking about, thank you so much for the Octobers. Oh, thank you so much for it's autumn love. That's what they're called, the autumn love. Thank you so much for the autumn love. But yeah, we were just talking about how if you parking your money in a high yield savings account and it's gaining some interest, right? You put it in a 4% high yield savings account, that what we will be doing with that extra money, the compound interest. And I said to all of the moms on here, to all of the caregivers, to all of the women that are taking care of everyone else, we spending that $400 on ourselves. Thank you so much for becoming the title gifter of the friendship necklace. Thank you so much, Dr. Michelle. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. To make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. We us as women, we give to family, to friends, kids, spouses, all of that. But we have to make, and listen, I'm saying to myself, y'all, because I had the mom guilt for years, that I would constantly be pouring into my kids, making sure that they have. And we just, us as women are always on the back burner. You know what I mean? We pour from cups that are like empty. Okay, that not only is it empty, it's just like old, and it has no type of water in it at all, y'all. I mean, like the cup is just like got cobwebs in it, because it's asking me to put another goal, y'all. Oh man, what are you asking me? I don't know. I think this is my gallery, the hand hearts. That we just we pour from empty cups, y'all. Especially all of the things that we do. So we were saying that we're going to use the little high yield savings account, the extra money that your money is gaining, being in a high yield savings account, on you. Okay, on you. So again, the biggest thing, takeaway is make sure that you guys have a high yield savings account. Do your research. Look at some banks that you feel more comfortable with. And again, SoFi, Capital One. These are just 3 that I mentioned, but there are so many more out there. Biggest things that I would tell you guys is make sure that you look for no minimum fees, because these accounts or these banks can be a little tricky, because they be like, oh yeah, we'll give you a 5% interest rate, but then you got to keep 20,000 in an account. We don't want that. The biggest things that y'all want to be make sure you look out for is make sure they don't have a minimum fee, and make sure that if you can really get the accounts that you don't have a direct deposit. Now again, SoFi does have a direct deposit that's required, but make sure that you're looking at that, and make sure you know any type of hidden clauses, because some of these banks be having hidden clauses on it. But again, the biggest thing that we want to make sure is that we have our money working for us. And that's why you say, is your savings really paying you? If you have your money in a high yield savings account, then your savings is going to be paying you, and you could do something special for yourself, and you don't have to have any guilt about it, and you don't have to touch the principal. You can just touch the compound interest that your money is gaining being in that account. So I hope that you guys got the gems. Also, I talked about making sure the Cold Cat Company, welcome in, friend, welcome in. Also, I said to make sure that you guys have your money in a credit union account. Make sure if you got a Bank of America account, you guys, if you have, so it's over. It's okay, friend. I'll recap for you. Definitely. I'm late. It's okay. Listen, life be life, friend. I get it. It's late. Listen, I just talked about 3 savings, 3 high yield savings account for you to park your money in. One was SoFi. That's 3.8%. Second one was Capital One. That's 3.5%. And the third one was Everbank, which is at the highest 4.5%. And the biggest takeaway is if you do not have a high yield savings account, make sure you have one. Another takeaway is if you have your money in these regular banks like Bank of America or Chase or what's another one? Wells Fargo. I don't like Wells Fargo, y'all. Wells Fargo. Yeah, I had a not a good relationship with Wells Fargo. Make sure that you are moving your money to credit union accounts, credit union banks. Credit union banks are going to be geared towards the member, right? They have plenty of programs, and Chase saving bad. Kev, yes. Listen, I will beg to differ. I tell people all the time, credit unions is hands down the best. I don't care what nobody say, because they're going to be more for the member. They have programs. They have so many more offers. Their interest rates are better at credit unions than it is regular banks. They just offer so much more for the member. You want a bank that honestly cares about you and is going to offer you more for your money. Like a couple top credit union accounts that I personally like that I have, Navy Federal. If you guys know, you know. If you don't know about Navy Federal, hands down, Navy Federal is just one of those banks, y'all. If you know, you know. Now, here's what I would say about Navy Federal. Everybody can't get in a Navy Federal. Yes, I have a Navy Federal. Yes, so you know. Everybody can't get in a Navy Federal. You have to have some type of military affiliate, or you have to know somebody to get in there. So my oldest son is in the Army. So we have a Navy Federal account. But Love Cree, thank you so much for joining, friend. So Navy Federal, is just everybody can't get that account. If you know somebody or you have some type of military affiliate, then you can then you can get account from them. Another good one that I have is police and fire. Police and fire is good. Police and fire federal credit union, absolutely a great bank. I had them for years. Another credit union that I have, hands down, you know, one of the recent ones that I have, y'all, that's really, really good, Citadel Federal Credit Union. If you guys look it up, I think I talked about this in one of my videos. Citadel account. Let me tell you guys, not only do they have great programs, but let me tell you what they just did. Now your direct deposit comes into your account 2 days early. Citadel just offered that for their members. So if you get paid on a Friday, your money is hitting their account on Wednesday, and there's no extra fees in it, any of that. So these are the benefits of having federal credit union accounts. They just offer so much more to the member. That's awesome. Yes, go look it up, you guys. And not only, I think when I opened up the Citadel account, because I see Citadel all over the place. I see them all over because I know where I live, Citadel is all over. That when you open up a Citadel account, I think if you put, now don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I think when I first opened up the account, I think the minimum for the direct deposit was like $1,500. They gave me $300. And then I referred my sons there. So my sons, each of us got $300 each for me referring my sons and for them having direct deposit into that account. So we talking about free money, y'all. Free money. These other banks, they're not giving you that. They're not giving it to you. I don't care. And if they are some type of clause or something like that. So make sure that you do your research and make sure that you have your money in credit union accounts. Because again, their interest rates are going to be better than any bank, hands down. And again, their customer service and what they offer you as the member is going to be better. So let me see what else, you guys. That's pretty much it. A couple actionable steps that I have for you guys, for everybody on the live, actionable steps that I want you guys to take away, some homework for you guys, so make sure you're writing it down. 1, this is my challenge for you for this week. Log into your current savings account. 1, log into your current savings account. 2, write down your APR. What is your interest rate on your current savings account? Write it down. 3, if it's below 3%, go find a better high yield savings account. So that's your homework. Log into your savings account where you got your money at. Figure out what interest rate your money is that they're giving you right now. If it's under 3%, go move your money, friend. Go move it to a high yield savings account and thank me later. Thank me later, y'all. Make sure y'all do that this week. Take some time out. Look at the banks. Call them up and say, how much interest rate am I gaining on this savings account? And if it's under 3%, go move your money. Because we don't want to just save with grace. We want to grow with grace, you guys. Okay? Now, again, for all of the new people that are in the room, I am a financial coach and I also do one-on-one coaching. So if you are really trying to elevate your finances, but you also want accountability as well, I have coaching packages that you can look at in my bio. I have some free resources that I'm coming out with. I have free resources now. So if you need a budget guide, if you need I have like a debt plan tracker on there. I have a faith and finance guide for you to invite God into your finances for 7 days, some actionable steps, ton of free resources, you guys. Go check it out. The link is in my bio. But also, I always tell people that, you want to think about if you really want to elevate your finances, if you really want to get it together. Hey, lady, budget breakdowns. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, friend? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome in. So glad that you are here. Thank you so much for coming into the room. But if you really want to elevate your finances, if you really want somebody to walk alongside you and really build a plan that actually works for you, you also can hit these links You can message me at any time. We can just get on a call and we can really figure out, what season are you in? Are you in a season that, oh, thank you so much, Miss Treetop. Truly appreciate you, friend. Are you in a season where you're trying to really pay off debt, but you need a strategy that's actually going to work for your personal finances? Maybe you're in a season that you are drowning in debt. You are drowning in debt, and Miss Treetop, you reached level 10. Congratulations, you reached level 10. Thank you so much for being here. Again, you may be in a season where you're drowning in debt and you really try to do this over and over and over again, but you just really can't seem to really find system. Thank you so much, Lady Leo, for the follow, friend. I truly appreciate you for being here. My name's Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. So we were just talking about, high yield savings accounts tonight. And again, if you are in a season of you just really, you really need a plan that works for you, but also you want a more personalized plan for you, because I always tell people personal finances is actually very personal to the person. So these tips and everything that I'm saying and all of the things that I tell you are general things, right? I have 2 high yield savings account. Yes, friend. Where's your financial diva? Thank you so much for joining. Put where you have 2 high yield savings account with who? We talked about the 3 that I talked about tonight was Capital, Miss Treetop. Thank you for viewing the product of that. That book is very good, you guys. It talks about faith and finances, and it really is a good one. So if you are interested in I just pinned that in my cart, y'all. SoFi in Wealthfront. I talked about SoFi. So SoFi is good. I never heard of Wealthfront, but SoFi is a good one. I did. That's what I talked about. I talked about SoFi. Andrew, thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much, Miss Treetop, for purchasing the product, friend. I love that guy. I am actually going to be talking about it. It is really good, inviting God into your finances. I really think that it's a very good devotional that I probably will be talking about on my maybe Sunday lives. But I got Navy Federal Credit Account. What was you saying about your interest rate being under 3%? Nate, welcome in, friend. I invest in Wealthfront mutual fund accounts as well. Okay, nice. So, okay, budget breakdown. So you are doing the things, friend. Mutual funds. Yes, I said the whole the investments in a mutual fund, that's a whole never different conversation. So Nate, what I was talking about in reference to Navy Federal, I was saying that so 3, thank you so much, Ms. Leslie, for viewing it. I was talking about 3 high yield savings accounts that are really good. But I said, number one, I said, right now, look at your current savings account and write down your APR. And I said, if your APR is under 3%, then you need to find a better high yield savings account. Right now, the 3 type of high yield savings accounts that I thank you so much for the follow, friend. Soft Light with D. Thank you so much. You still on live? I know, girlfriend. I know. Listen, I'm trying to listen. I'm still warrior, girlfriend. But Nate, I hope that I answered your question. But you know what? I said the 3 type of high yield savings accounts that are really good is SoFi is one of them. Right now, that their interest rate is 3.8%. The second one is Capital One, which I personally have. Their interest rate right now is 3.5%. And then the fourth one I talked about is what's it called? Now I forgot to hold up, y'all. It's called Everbank Performance Savings. That one, their interest rate right now is 4.05%. It's a strictly online bank. So I just was telling people, get it, girl. Drop them gems. Thank you so much, Miss Leslie. Because new people come into the room. So it's like I don't mind saying it again. I definitely want to help. But yeah, Nate, I hope that I answered your question, friend. I was saying that make sure if you have a savings account and it's under 3%, that these are the top 3 banks that I personally like, and it has a higher interest rate. Because the biggest thing is we want to make sure that our savings account are really working for us. So again, you could do your research, but these are the 3 accounts that I personally like and that I did my research on. So I hope that answered your question, friend. And the biggest thing, you guys, like, girl, the biggest thing, like I said, is like, you know, making sure that you have your money in credit unions, making sure that you have it into a high yield savings account, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that our money is working for us. So these are just, a couple of ones that I recommend, but I always tell people, go do your research thereof. I don't know all of the banks, but the biggest thing is just make sure you don't have your money just sitting in a regular savings account. SoFi, what was the other ones? Got a pen and paper? Oh, Nate, okay, friend. Yeah, because that's what I told people first coming in. I'm dropping these gems and make sure that you have a pen and paper, but that's okay. So the first one was SoFi. It's spelled the second one. Sorry, SoFi. No, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, friend. The first one was SoFi. The second one was Capital One performance savings account. It's like their 361. That one, their interest rate right now is 3.5%. Capital One. I love that bank. Neat. I've had Capital One for like, I want to say 10 years. Never had an issue with them. And what I also like about Capital One is you can create different accounts. So let's say you want an account just for your emergency fund. You can create a savings account for that. Let's say you want a savings account for your car. Let's say you want to buy a new car. You can create an account for that. So I do like how Capital One will allow you to have many different accounts with them. You can actually name it and put car and everything like that. The third one, Nate, is EverBank Performance Saving. Say it again, performance something. Sure. The third one, the Capital One Performance Savings, and the third one is EverBank Performance Savings. Now, this bank is strictly online. It doesn't have any branches, but it is the highest interest rate at 4.05%. So you cannot beat that. Tina, thank you so much. Welcome in. And again, these are just the top 3 that I recommend, because here's why I recommend it, because I know some new people are in the room. For SoFi checking account, there are no minimums. So you don't have to have a minimum in your account, because some of these banks will be sneaky, and they will want you to have like a $10,000 minimum for you to get the higher interest rate. So SoFi does not have any fees or no minimums. But here's what I will say. SoFi requires you. So EverBank, is that the best? Here's the thing. I mean, EverBank has a higher interest rate, but I haven't really dealt with them, customer service wise, because when I think about when I think about overall, Harlem, thank you so much for welcoming from. When I think about a bank, I don't just think about the interest rate, but I look at it overall. Like, if I call them on the phone, how is their customer service? How are they treating me in reference to my account? These are all the things that I think about. So EverBank is EverBank. Is that the correct spelling? Yep. EverBank. EverBank Performance Savings. You said 4%. Yep. 4.05%. One of the highest. Yes, it's the highest out of all of that I said. Now, I will tell you guys, I haven't personally used EverBank, so I'm not going to get on here and lie. I did my research, and this is one of the top ones. But SoFi and Capital One, I have personally used them. I need all that interest. I have Capital One when it was ING. Believe me, that ING. I believe that was the name. Tink. Oh, thank you so much for joining. Oh, okay. So you had them for a long time. But again, like I tell people, make sure that you guys do your research, right? Make sure you want to ask them to make sure that they don't have a minimum, because some of these accounts will require you to have like $10,000 or $5,000 as a minimum for you to get this higher interest rate. Now, the reason why EverBank is the highest, because it's a strictly online bank. You don't have no branches to it. So I don't really know how their customer service is. I didn't really deal with them. But I'll tell you guys, do your research, call them, find out, see what they have. There's nothing wrong with calling them. But I would say personally, if I could choose, even though Everbank has the 4.05%, which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, I personally would probably choose SoFi and then Capital One. That's what I'm just going to pay one. So if you really want a more bang for your buck, SoFi is the 3.8%. And I mean, but again, you can try Everbank. I'm not saying that you can't. It's really your choice. But I would say in overall, because when something go wrong, let's say something in your account or your check or whatever the thing is, I want to be able to talk to somebody. I don't, some of these online banks, you can't really get nobody, the customer service. Like you may be getting 4% on your on your money, but you can't get anybody. Something happened with your money, like all of the things. That's important to me. So I would say, if y'all asking me my personal, SoFi would be top number one for me because they have the highest interest rate. Then the second one would be Capital One. And then Everbank, because I haven't really dealt with Everbank, so I don't want to just come on here and tell you information I haven't dealt, but I did do the research on them. So make sure you guys are doing your research. But again, the biggest thing is we want to move our money from just a regular savings account, because a regular savings account is probably 1%. I mean 0.1%. You're not getting no money. You're not going to see no money off of that. You're not going to see any money off of that. So make sure that it's a high yield savings account. Defined balance. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. We were talking about high yield savings accounts. High yield savings account. Make sure that you are parking your money in a high yield. Say, hey, boo. Hey. Make sure that you are parking your money in a high yield savings account. Yes, I got SoFi. Oh, so see, a lot of people got SoFi, y'all. A lot of people, listen, SoFi is a really good one. And I like SoFi because you can create vaults and it's like different accounts. And you can create all of the different accounts for it. Let's say you want to save for a car, you want to save for a house. You can create these different vault and you can put money in each of these different accounts. So I do like SoFi. I really do. But I have my money at Capital One. I do. I have my money at Capital One. So make sure you guys are, again, doing your research, check these banks out. The biggest thing, if you do any takeaways, make sure it's a high yield savings account. Nate, thank you. Thank you for joining the fan club, friend. Truly appreciate it. I came here live before, friend. So appreciate you being here. I came here live, definitely liked it. You guys have a different community. I'm trying to like branch out. I think Nissa is maybe part of your community because I think that's where I seen you from, or maybe from her community. But yeah, I try to branch out, you guys, and welcome in all these different type of communities. But I love your community though. So truly appreciate Ari. Thank you so much for liking the live. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. I hope you guys got some gems. I hope you guys learned some things, had a couple takeaways, and we locked in, sis. Oh, Nate, we locked in. Oh, we locked in. I know that's right. We are locked in. Yes. Love it. We are locked in. Yes. Thank you. You welcome, Dr. Michelle. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate everyone for being here. I always try to come on here and drop some gems for you guys. Do my research. And again, tonight was talking about all you. I need you for real. Well, Nate, listen, message your girl for real. Okay, because finances is my thing. Okay, I've been in billing for. I work in healthcare, but I've been in billing for I want to say 15 to 20 years. I've been a homeowner since I was 19. So I've been managing my money for a long time. All right. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Thank you, Mom Kick ASS. I don't know if I can say that. Thank you so much for joining the fan club. So, I practice what I preach, you guys. I'm not going to never come on here and tell you something that I haven't been through, that I haven't actually personally done. Listen, your girl used to live the paycheck to paycheck. I did all of the things, and to be on the other side of it, that's why I come on here. That's why I started my brand, to educate people about personal finances with God in the center. So Nate, make sure that you message your girl. I do one-on-one coaching to get you on a budget. If you are drowning in debt, if you are trying to save, all of the things, we will get you on a strategy that actually works for you. Personal finances is so personal to the person. Like a lot of these tips that I have are general tips, but I really, when we do one-on-ones, I'm going to really dig in your budget and figure out like, okay, these are the things we cutting. And it really just depends on your goals. Let's say you say, you know what, Janine, I really need help saving, or I really need help being on a budget, or I'm really trying to get help to get out of debt. Whatever it is, I always tell people it's so important to have somebody that is not only knowledgeable, right? But that also that you can relate to, that you can, just like you hire, trainers, when you want to lose weight, you want to do the same thing for a financial coach to get your money together. And listen, we live in a world where it's just, we have to do it all ourselves. And, we have to pretend like we have it all together when a lot of us are struggling check to check. We drowning in debt. We don't have any savings. So it's like, it's nothing wrong with hiring somebody or, thinking about financial coaching to get you on the other side. There are so many things I have learned along the way, so many things that I had the budget to be a homeowner so long, so many things that I had to do. And my job as a coach is to get you from point A to point B. So wherever you're at in your finances, and I also know that it's no shame, no guilt here. When you come to me and, I have so many people, my coaching clients, one-on-one, personal finances is so personal. I've had people cry to me on the first call because they are just really tired, and personal finances can be so heavy. So know that when you schedule coaching with me one-on-one, it's no shame, no guilt here. I'm going to hold your hand through it. We're going to walk through it. And if you have to really, cry through it, whatever, we're going to get it all way together. But again, to be on the other side of it, we have to put some systems in place that actually is going to work for you. That's actually going to, to help you in your personal finances, to elevate you in a way. If you are trying to build wealth, if you are really trying to invest your money, the first thing you have to do is get on a budget. The second thing you have to do is get out of debt. You need to free up those debt payments so that we can invest your money wisely. Okay. So if all your money is going to debt, then how are you going to invest it? If all your money is being tied up in everything, but we want to be thinking long term, you guys, because one of these days you're not going to be able to work, and you want to make sure that you are being good stewards of the money that you have. You want to make sure that you are growing your money in a way so then that it can work for you long term. For when you are able to say, you know what, I want to retire. Janine, you are a godsend fan. We all got a testimony. Oh, thank you so much, friend. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, do you know how many people have came on my live and said that? I'm like, I truly appreciate it. Like, I'm telling you, it's so crazy. I just feel like as creators, right? We come on here, we look at the numbers, we get so bummed out when, they say the 200 gel or the 300 gel. But I always, when I come here and do my lives and I tell my story, I tell my testimony, and I know it's here to bless someone else, because I know how it feels to live paycheck to paycheck, to be struggling, to barely have any savings. I know how it feels. I've been there. And I love that mindset. Yes. I have been there, but I want to encourage everyone on here, wherever you are on your finances, know that there's grace on the other side. Know that there's grace. God's grace is still sufficient. And that whatever you're stuck in, wherever you're trying to save some money, wherever you're trying to get out of debt, that listen, you can do it. But you just may have to have somebody walk alongside you. You may have to be educated in a way. You may have to learn some new systems. And that's okay. But, I always tell people that, it's so many people that are actually suffering in silence. They're suffering in silence because we don't want to actually admit that we're drowning a little bit, right? Because we see the social media life, right? That everybody is glitz and glamour and we got it all together and all of the things. When people are drowning in debt, when people are living paycheck to paycheck, when people have no savings, I think a lot of people get this notion that when you make six figures and when you make a whole bunch of money, that you just magically are going to have it. No, when you make more money, you spend more. So if you don't know how to handle your money when you making $15 an hour, what makes you think that when you start making $50,000 that you will know how to handle it, right? So that's the things that I talk about. These are things that I teach, that I educate. We want to you get your mindset right, but we also want to build some systems. Philly, thank you so much for joining. We want to build some systems that's going to help you be better with your money. And the biggest thing with the coaching is that it holds you accountable. We all need to be accountable, you guys. We can't do it alone. So that's what I'm here for. Yo, I'm way past my time, y'all. I'm way past my time. I'm way past my time. But I truly appreciate everyone for being here. All of the follows, all of the shares, all of the likes, you guys. If you got some gems, drop gems. There is grace on the other side of financial struggle, and financial freedom is obtainable. I know that's right. Miss Treetop, love that. There's grace on the other side. Yes, yes, yes. If you guys got a gem, if you learned something tonight, drop gems in the chat. You guys, let me know. If I blessed you, if I said something that maybe spoke to your heart, let me know. Put the gems in the chat so I can know that I touched somebody tonight. I just love your live. Can't wait to start working with you. Neither can I, Miss Leslie. I love it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Lady Leo, thank you so much for liking the live. And again, if you guys got some gems from me, put some gems in the chat. It will let me know that all my hard work, you guys, I'll be preparing for these lives. Know that your girl just don't be coming on here and just be saying anything. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to look it up. I am going to do all of the things before I come on here and say anything on this live. So thank you. I see the gems. I'm glad that you dropped some gems. I'm glad that you guys. The one thing I always tell people, I've done my job. If you learned something, if you had some new information that you never heard before, or if you were just like, you know what, or had a different perspective, or your mind shifted some type of way, then I kind of did my job. I truly appreciate your preparation. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Michelle. Yes, your girl prepared. But that's just me, period, though. I feel like maybe that's the teacher in me, y'all. But I definitely prepare. I don't be playing no games. I'll be like, all right, this is what the live is going to be about. This is what I'm going to talk about. Let me do my research. Because in personal finances, you do need to do your research. You are educating people on finances. And I need to make sure that I'm telling current information. I need to make sure that, the gems or the things that I'm saying is current, right, y'all? Like, I just can't, just be saying things willy-nilly. Like, now I'll talk about my personal experience, of course, but any type of information about, and personal finances change all the time. The stock market goes ups and downs and all of the things. I don't know everything. The banks, different stuff like that. So just truly appreciate everyone for being here. It is late on the East Coast, y'all, and your girl got to get up early. I work the 9 to 5. Y'all. So truly appreciate everyone for being here. When one thing too, y'all know I'm going to invite God into our finances, okay? And the one thing, I'm going to teach y'all some trick. I'm going to give you some tips, and I'm going to make sure I say a prayer. So I have a prayer for you guys. I got to always close out in prayer, because again, it's so important to invite God into your finances, you guys. And especially if you are feeling like depressed about your finances, if you have anxiety about your finances, if you feel like I can't save, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, invite God into your finances. And I'm going to say this quick prayer. Father God, we thank you for everyone in the room tonight. You see their responsibilities, God. You see their heart. You see their effort to do better with what you have given them. Lord, teach us to be wise stewards, to put our money where it can multiply and not just survive. We cancel the spirit of fear and lack and replace it with peace and wisdom. In Jesus' name, I pray all of these things. Amen. I hope that everyone was blessed from this live tonight. I hope you guys got some gems. I hope you learned some things. Your girl will be back on here Friday night. We talk about all things debt-free, you guys, debt-free strategies. I hope you guys have a blessed night. I will be on here Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 10. Make sure you guys check your girl out. Make sure that you hit the notification bell. Thank you for blessing me. You welcome, Dr. Michelle. Amen. Lady Leo, thank you so much, friend. Thank you all the new people that were here. Madison, and thank you so much for joining. I had a lot of new people in my room. Again, I truly appreciate you guys for tapping out the live, for sharing everything, just for listening. And again, I will see see you guys on Friday, 8 p.m. We talking about all things debt free. We celebrate if you paid off a credit card, if you paid $20 to the debt, whatever you did for this week, we need to get together. Budget breakdowns, girls, send me a message, girlfriend. I am here. I love to do collaborations. Let me know. Let me know. Fridays, y'all, we're going to celebrate all of the small wins. If you paid $20 to that credit card, if you paid that afterpay off, whatever you did this week in reference to debt, we are going to celebrate you on Friday. So safe place. Thank you so much for joining, friend. So truly appreciate everyone for being here. I will see you guys Friday, y'all. You will see you, girl, on Friday, okay? Because we celebrate all of the small wins over here, okay? And I want you to remember, budget with faith and prosper with grace. I love you guys. Peace.